YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about something really, really interesting, at least to me. When I was like 11 to 13, I wrote a short book, and yeah, I was a pretty lonely kid. Here's the whole cover page. I always wanted to talk about this, but what I'm going to be starting today is I'm going to actually just go over all the introductory stuff. Sorry about that, my computer. Go over all this introductory stuff, and then we're going to get into reading the book, but this first part is not going to be like that. Yeah, so it's called Cicilian and the Kingdom of Lost Memories, and this was almost entirely just made by me, copying like Grave Master and the Lord of the Rings. But I think I did a pretty good job with the cover, at least for when I was a kid. I did it in Photoshop, but you know, somebody else did all that shit, really. But I just put it on there. Anyways, first, it's kind of funny because I broke it into all these different chapters, and there's like 50 chapters, which I was just doing for epicness sake. But okay, so there are, appears to be 79 chapters, and it's only like a 70-80 page book, so that shows what kind of territory we're in here. But yeah, so I have all these maps and everything. Here's the first one. These were done in MS Paint. Oh man. And it's kind of funny because the characters don't ever really go to some of these places. A lot of these places. There's another map right there. Sucks because I think everything will be backwards for the titles and everything. Another map here. Another map. And the last two maps here. There. And here. And you know, I can't believe I went into all this detail. Oh, looks like I missed one here. This one's actually really detailed. Here you got there we go. The Optic Islands. I like how that looks. Well, anyways, it says approximately 1 inch equals 50 miles. So I guess that's a pretty big world. Let's see here. Oh yeah, it's a pretty big world. Okay, so now they have these character descriptions here, which goes on for quite a long time. I guess I'll read that over for you since you're going to get into the whole book here. But it's kind of funny because you can tell I got inspired by like video games and stuff with the names. But Leon, nobody knows his real name. It's his nickname, the main character. One thing you're going to notice about a lot of the stuff in this book is it definitely captures the mind of a little kid, because no adult could like write stuff in the way that this is written, I don't think, and I think that's probably a good thing. But you also notice, like, for the first chapter or so, my dad actually helped me edit it, and so it's written a lot better for the first part, but then it kind of goes down into like little kid territory writing. Okay, well anyways, Forn, Leon's father, Linknall, one of Leon's friends, and Leon is just Cicilian when he was a kid. I don't know why I tried to make it like no one knew that. Same thing with, I put Vince for Vincent. Okay, well anyway, I think that the character descriptions, well, whatever, I'll go over them. Linknall, one of Leon's friends, helps them on their journey. Anwar, Leon's best friend, helps him on the journey. Glanwick, a man with glowing green eyes. Yeah, Vince, one of Leon's friends, he has red eyes, black hair. Cicilian, in the kingdom, he is an old, noble and humble beggar. He is 3/4 human and 1/4 demon, but even his best friends do not know that he is part demon. In fact, it is Cicilian's demon blood that made him a great fighter, the best in the kingdom. And his lightning, he is a lightning alchemist. His goal to defeat everyone in Vincent's family. Vincent, the 12th demon/human, or it's supposed to be Vincent the 13th, has gray hair. See, this is some of the stuff my dad edited over. He is a very good fighter, almost as good as Cicilian. King Mortimer is the king in the year of our God, 423 AD. I know my dad worded that because I wouldn't have said that. Omega Nokia's horse has a mane of hair like a lion and charred black burns in his skin from his many battles that he has been in, and one of his eyes is missing. He lost an eye at the Battle of Anwar, but that too is another adventure for another story. Oh man. Victorious has never missed his target. He is an expert marksman with his bow and arrow. Every shot has been in the head. He is known for his amazing ability to never hit a shot. Amrios is a flying phoenix. He is large enough to be ridden. He is Victorious' friend. He can run like the wind and fly like a bird. Amrios has a horse tail. I know wing and is bigger than you can imagine. A lot of this is going to be weird because this is the first time I read it in like 10 years. Orion is related to Grandleaf and Cicilian, and he is a great fighter and a moon alchemist. Let's see, Nokia, Spearman, he is devoted. You can tell I also put way too many characters in this. Devoted his whole life to fighting and fought many a battle. Grandleaf or Orion's father, green hair, whatever. Okay, then it talks about these key spirits and the alchemists, whatever they. It seems like I really just kind of threw a lot of characters in there just for character's sake. Yeah, a lot of them have really weird ass names like Anot Camel and Yintz and Nogi and Orfel and Loliferio and Eventru. Man, what the hell? I think a lot of this will be explained in the book, though. I'm going to also release a PDF of this book for free, so... this is kind of interesting. Oh, this is stupid here. Evil rankings, 1 from 10, or 1 to 10. Vincent, Nailick, Ganjak, Narc, Nikon, Hero, Lackner, Oak, Garn, and Hone. Okay, well, I don't even know, like, the last 9, so... Man, this is going to be retarded. I remember how to write and read in Chalcedonian. It's a little different from English here. Kind of interesting if you guys can see that. And Elven, but I really just... Oh, I did not do that. Okay, well something messed up on one of these letter types. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, well, okay. I guess you can't read and write in Elven, Gnomish. Well, you know, I guess that's pretty much it. It goes over the different kinds of alchemists. The family lineage real quick. Gengar. Then Thorn, Cicilian, Grandleaf, and Orion. And the alchemists are the light alchemist, the lightning alchemist, fire alchemist, water alchemist, time alchemist, life alchemist, dark alchemist, earth alchemist, ice alchemist, star alchemist, death alchemist, moon alchemist, sun alchemist, cloud alchemist, night alchemist, and day alchemist. And the key spirits are Neolith, Shandok, Zoo, Tingane, Fourhorn, Yintz, and Nogi. Alright, I think that pretty much wraps up this video. This is probably a really weird video, but anyways, yeah, this is the whole book right here, and I'm going to read the whole thing to you guys. So here's the first 10-minute part here. Shit flew by. Yeah, stay tuned for more, guys. Hope you dig it, and next part, I'll actually start reading the story, and that will be interesting because it's the first time I've even read my own book in like 10 years. So stay tuned, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Alright, hello YouTube. Today, I'm just going to be going over this real quick. I realized that in the last video where I was talking about my book that I'm going to be reading from when I was a little kid, that I turned up the brightness so high that you couldn't even see the maps that I showed off. And instead of editing a video or anything, I just thought I'd show you the maps real quick. And the next part, I'll go over the rest of, or actually then I'll just start,
he is a summoner.
I'll start on to the book from there. But, okay, so this is the cover page here.
Came from his staff. Now he was fading, and now I can't see him. Then he attacked me. I did not know which way he was coming from.
And now I'm going to run
Then,
through the maps.
as I was paying all of the attention
It's gonna be
to
a really
the attack,
short video.
he came behind me and beat me to the
Showing
ground.
you guys
And he
what I
spoke,
did.
"You worthless human, you have much more work to do." Then he walked off slowly.
There's that.
Chapter
Yeah, I
57.
actually spent a lot of time
Where
doing
are
maps
you?
when I was a kid.
Cicilian woke up later.
Make sure
His
the
friends
camera-
were gone, all except Lananon. Since took all
This
of
one's
them.
pretty simple.
What
You
do
can
you
see I
mean?
named
I mean
one of the
what I
places
say.
they were.
Where
I
are
don't know where I
they?
got that from.
How should I know?
Oh,
All
mother.
I know is that if we need to beat him, and we couldn't beat them with like 7 people,
Okay.
how can we beat
Yeah,
him
we're
with 2?
exploring buildings.
You're right.
Secret city
We
in
start
skies.
tomorrow,
Can't imagine
and
that's
then
gonna
they
stay
slept for
secret
the
for that
long
long. How
journey
big
ahead
it
of
is.
themselves. Then they drifted into a deep, deep sleep. The journey started out very
There
early
you
in the
go.
morning. The journey started slow, but by nightfall they had a sturdy
Looks like I
start.
spent the most time on
Do you
this
have
one
any
here, so
idea
make
of where
sure
we
you guys
are?
can see.
Yes. They
And
headed
again,
east.
just like pause the
If we
video
don't-
if you want.
If we don't sleep,
See it a
maybe
little
we
better.
can catch
And
up
this
with
is the
them.
last one here.
Maybe by next week.
Alright, so hope that you guys enjoyed
Good.
that.
Then
And next
let's
part,
go.
which will
Or
be
let
very
us go.
soon, I will
They
start the
trekked
book.
all night
So
and all
stay
day.
tuned.
By day 5.
Alright, hello YouTube. Today I am going to be reading the book that I wrote when I was 11 years old. Yeah, I still have it. And when I mean book, I mean 70-page frickin' novella, I guess that's what you call it. Anyways, this first part here, it says it's the introduction. And I'm going to read this exactly how everything is written. It's going to be pretty funny because it was before I knew how to spell some words and stuff. So I'm going to see how all that's going to turn out here. Also, you're going to notice a drop in the quality of the words that I use. And the reason for that is that my dad, when I was a kid, went back and edited the first part with me to make it sound better. But, he only did it for, like, the first, I don't know, he only did it for the first couple chapters, and then it goes into just me. And I think it's going to get more funny when it gets to that point. But I'm going to read the first 10 chapters here, so here goes. Well, I wasn't going to break it up. I'm going to do another video, but screw it. Let's see. Long ago, in the early dawn of May 28th, 641 AD, there was a short man named Gringot. Now Gringot was a hard worker, and as the day unfolds, after working long and hard, Gringot, by the way, I got that from Harry Potter, finally takes a well-deserved rest under one of the few trees that has not been marked for felling. This survivor was one of the biggest trees in the forest. As Gringot was resting there, he began to slowly slip into a much-deserved sleep, slowly losing a view of the clouds, the trees, the dirt on his rough, calloused hands, and the slow, measured pace of his breathing. By the way, my dad edited this part here. This part here. As if through a fog that slowly lifts, Gringot finally finds himself looking down from a bird's eye view, in a time of days gone by when Vincent roamed the earth. Gringot feels and hears the wind slowly blowing through the leaves, and, like a wisp of smoke, he eyes from his perch a familiar face. It is Orion, his friend, who has come upon a strange-looking man with red eyes and stringy gray hair. As the details come clearer on the strange creature's face, and the weathered clothes of Orion draw more visible, Gringot slowly begins to fade, and Orion seems to become more of the main figure, as Orion moves towards an encounter that he would not too soon forget, and an experience that would become more important as time unfolds. ... Part 1. The Secret Cave. And I must say that this was based on an actual dream that I had when I was a kid, which is pretty funky. Okay. Here goes. Part 1. The Secret Cave. Orion had never seen anyone, or anything for that matter, quite like this strange creature that now fully assaulted his eyes. Orion slowly reached to pull an arrow from his quiver, and positioned himself strategically behind one of the larger trees in the forest. As he took cover to observe the situation closer, so as to determine if this creature was a friend or a foe, Orion would soon come to know the name of the one he so intently observed. His name was Vincent, and time would soon come to know him as not only a future battle opponent for Orion. Vincent, like many others in this strange world, was a hybrid. He was a genetic mixture of 3/4 demon and a 1/4 human. Although many hybrids and purebloods alike would question whether Vincent actually had any human blood coursing through his thin blue veins at all, one might surely question Vincent's genetics. However, one thing that was definitely not on the table for debate was that Vincent had been around for a long time and was a seasoned warrior. In fact, no one had ever defeated Vincent in a battle since the beginning of time, but the winds of change were beginning to blow, and Vincent himself would soon come to know the names of both Orion and his faithful friend Cicilian. Orion's hand. The reason I paused just then is I remembered that Orion is actually the son of Cicilian, I believe, so I shouldn't have said friend there. That might have been my dad, so I don't know. Orion's hand was steady as he tracked the slow-moving creature in his crosshairs. Vincent seemed to move without making a sound. Then, like a deer that had sensed approaching danger, Vincent freezes. Orion holds his breath so as not to contribute to Vincent's alert observation. Ironically, without warning, the sky then exploded with the sound of sheer terror, which came ripping through the forest like a freight train. "He's coming! He's coming! Vincent is coming!" Orion's eyes immediately fixed on Vincent, and the odd look on the creature's face was almost beyond explanation. If you're thinking he was scared, you're wrong. He looked proud and disgusted at the same time, maybe with himself and the man screaming. Hands shaking, he slowly aimed towards the beast he shot. Missed. "Damn," he said under his breath, for as soon as he shot the beast, disappeared. Chapter 1. The Map and the Man. Okay, we're starting to walk down that path, getting a little closer to the part where it's me, actually, for sure. I mean, I wrote all this, but then my dad edited the first part. But here we go. Chapter 1. The Map and the Man. "Wake up, Leon, my son. It's snowing," said Fawn. "It's snowing?" said Leon, with a kind of excitement that he had never felt in his young life thus far. Leon he might have been 12 years old, but it had been many generations since it had snowed in West Naveldale. Leon might not have any memories of the snow, but his father certainly did. His father certainly remembered the last time that West Naveldale was snowed upon, for it was a time much more different than now. "Hey, Dad, can I go outside?" he said, excited but tired. "Sure." Isabel, his wife, interrupted. "But dress warmly, or you'll freeze to death." Isabel was not so much afraid of Leon freezing to death, as it was the danger that lurked around every tree in West Naveldale. West Naveldale was known for those fleeing the forest of the lost memories. It was a place that had a strange sense of regret, for there were more questions that emerged in this place than there could be answers. Leon had addressed himself so quickly that he ran out the door without even thinking about grabbing his knife. His excitement overwhelmed his ability to think about the potential dangers that existed on the edge of this town. West Naveldale was a safe place, but as previously mentioned, it was a strange place, and Leon's cottage was within a stone's throw of the forest. It snowed steadily for hours on end, until all was covered with a white powdery wonder. Leon noticed many things that he had never ever thought about before. He saw tree branches that hung down like snow-covered hammocks. Tracks began to emerge out of nowhere. All this tweaked Leon's adventurous hunter side. He began to imagine that he was a tracker, like many in his family of old had been long ago, and Leon lost himself in the excitement and fun of it all. As he blindly followed the tracks of a small animal, Leon failed to notice that he had wandered far from home and now was a good distance into the forest. Leon heard a sound that seemed out of place, and when he looked up, he noticed that he didn't recognize where he was. Leon's heart began to beat faster, and it seemed that he couldn't catch his breath. He looked to the left, and he looked to the right, but nothing looked familiar to him. Leon began to panic. He realized that he was lost. He heard the sound that caught his attention earlier, and he started to walk towards it. In the distance he saw a shape that it kind of looked like a person. Leon hurriedly walked towards the shadowy figure until he saw that it was a man. He called out to the person who responded by greeting him with a smile and saying, "My name's Glanik. I've been waiting for you, Cicilian." It didn't seem to register with Leon that the man knew his name. In fact, this was not nearly as odd as the fact that Leon now seemed to be not concerned any longer that he was in a strange place, that he had never been before, and was talking with a strange man that he had never met. Leon was more than just lost in the forest. He was now beginning to lose his memory of being lost in the forest, while being lost in the forest. Glanik was indeed a strange man, but he was sent to do the bidding of a stranger and a more sinister being. Glanik had hair as black as the coldest of nights. His eyes glowed in a hypnotizing green. He never took his eyes off Leon as he whispered, "You know that the cave that you found there back about 2 miles back that way?" Glanik pointed his gnarly, pale white finger in the opposite direction from whence Leon had come. Bewildered, Leon shook his head, as he seemed to remember a vague memory of a cave which Glanik now taught. "You are a great hunter in search of a grand adventure, hey?" Leon again nodded his head in a daze. Glanik then quickly reaches out and touches Leon on the arm. Oh man, I thought I was going somewhere else so good. As he dropped the map onto the ground at Leon's feet. "Oh, here is your map. It fell out of my coat." Leon looks down at the snow-covered ground and, slightly confused, picks up the map. Glanik smiles his creepy smile, and he stares deeply into the eyes and whispers again into his eyes, "Leon, you are a great hunter in search for a grand adventure. Let us quickly go to explore the cave." Leon, for a quick moment, had a feeling that he should not be here, and an even stronger feeling that he should not go there. "What if I say no?" said Leon. The look on Glanik's face is one of the deepest angers and hate. His eyes then glowed with the intensity as bright as 10 suns, and Glanik fixed his glare on Leon and commanded in a voice that sounded like thunder, "You will go to the cave now! It's that simple!" With that, Glanik lowered his voice back down, and in the slightest of whispers said, "Go now, Cicilian, for you are a great hunter and a grand adventurer." A brainwashed Cicilian then crammed the map into his fur-lined pocket. As he set off hunting, he knew not what, and ill-prepared for an adventure that was beyond his wildest dreams. He somewhat came to his senses on the way there, but not enough to turn around. Oh no, after how urgent it sounded. Maybe it was something really important. So he went to his friend's house and talked to them about it, and then he embarked on his first quest upon many. Chapter 2. The Journey Begins. "So the man with green eyes gave you a map?" said Anwar. "Yup," said Leon. "Well, he's got me convinced," said Vince. "Yeah, let's go," said Linknall. Yes, I named him Linknall, off of Link from Zelda. Not noticing the sarcasm, so they followed their map. The first thing they saw was a hill. It was so steep that it looked like a mountain. "Hey, it looks like the left side is less steep," said Linknall. At the top, he could see the cave. About half an hour later, they were at the top. Then they entered the cave. looking around. Wow, they all said in wonder. If you're noticing, we're down to children quality now. And you're going to notice the chapters are way shorter now. Chapter 2, The Cave, Part 1. And this is when my dream sequence begins. The cave was lighted by sunlight, and there were mirrors on the sides, so the whole cave was lighted. He slowly walked because he saw the treasure. It could not be that easy. Then the floor hit the ground and broke into many pieces. Ow, said them. Oh, look. Damn, this is bad. Shit, this is bad. Interrupted Leon. The water was filling in the room. Run! Water was pouring faster and faster. The room was already half full with water. He saw a hole in the ground. Swim, said Leon. Then they were through the hole. The room they were in now had so many cracks that the water fell down the cracks. The ground was so dry that in seconds the water was gone into the ground. Then all the water was coming out of the ground again and filled in a stream. The water poured down and then froze. You see what we're about to deal with, folks? Okay. My God. You guys gotta see how short these chapters are. Like, seriously. There are 3 chapters on 1 page. Look at this. My God. Okay. This is just weird. Okay. Chapter 4, The Cave, Part 2. Then the ice stuck to their feet, but water was still pouring in. It was so deep, but it was going so fast that they were stuck in one place. Then the ice melted, and the water stopped. Mirrors were all over the place. They lit the whole room. There was 1 cave in each direction. Let's split up. Anwar, come with me. Linknall, you go with Vince. Okay, said Vince. Chapter 5, The Treasure Room. The Treasure Room. Leon and Anwar kept walking. It's a dead end, said Anwar. Let's turn back, said Leon. Vince, do you see that? Did we find it? Said Linknall. I think so, said Vince. Let's go get Cicilian. And for some weird reason, all of what I just read was underlined. I have no idea why. Okay. Jeez. So I'll reread that, since that broke it up. Leon and Anwar kept walking. It's a dead end, said Anwar. Let's turn back, said Leon. Vince, do you see that? Did we find it? Said Linknall. I think so, said Vince. Let's go get Cicilian, said Linknall. Why, said Vince. Back in the main room. Come on, said Anwar. In a few minutes. Damn, I feel like I don't even know what to say here. Okay. In a few minutes, they were there. Leon, we decided that we are going to take that treasure by force, if necessary, said Vince. Then, with his right hand, grabbed a sword he found among the treasure. Where is Linknall? Said Leon. Gone, said Vince. This sword has the power to teleport people. Where is he? Said Anwar. In the future, in a place called the Broken Room. Goodbye, Leon, said Vince, and with that he disappeared and all the treasures were gone. So you see the intensity building up here. Part 2, The Battle for Time. Man, this is running long. I'm going to keep it going, though. Jeez. Okay. "Stop daydreaming, Cicilian," said Thorn, Cicilian's father. Had just saved enough money for a new sword for Cicilian. Cicilian had needed one for a long time, and it was a great sword. Cicilian at the time did not know its real power yet. It had the power to make a kingdom of memories, among other things. King Mortimer announced that there would be a great battle against the kingdom of death. And as soon as Cicilian heard of the battle, he knew that he was needed to join the battle. Later that day, a man was running towards him. He only got a glance before something happened to the kingdom, or that happened that the kingdom would speak of for centuries to come. The king was dead. As he fell off, he said, "I give the kingdom to Cicilian." Cicilian was shocked. Why him? He had done nothing special. But now he was king, and he knew what to do. To battle. "We may be down thousands, and we may not win. But if we stop now, we are sure to die," said King Cicilian. "Now to battle, so at least we can try." And then there was the second time that day, that they would speak of for years to come. And then it happened. He attacked, and a mighty sword, or a mighty dragon came flying out of the sword. Millions killed at the same time. The kingdom has won. Millions cried too, but everyone just stopped. And that was the best moment of his life. From now on, he was a true king. "Let's go," said King Cicilian. And you're going to notice here, begins, I start putting sound effects typed in. So, after "let's go," said King Cicilian, I typed out, "shoo." So I'm just going to do that whenever it pops up. That's when they teleport, I guess. They were there, it was mountainous, kingdom, with many people and rivers and mountains. But I am going back to Orion now for a short while. More like I got bored and didn't know what the hell to talk about. "What do you mean I am related to Cicilian?" said Orion. "Yes," said Grandeleaf, which is Orion's grandfather. Or Orion's father, I mean. "He is your grandfather, Orion. You will be king soon." "But how will I rule the kingdom?" said Prince Orion. Grandeleaf was a good man. He was very short, and it was because he was old. Which doesn't make sense. There was only one person that was older than him, and it was Vincent. And the reason that Vincent was so old is because he had the power to transform himself from old to young, which I don't know why you'd transform yourself to old unless you're trying to trick someone somehow, I guess. Maybe. That just popped in my head while I was saying that. Grandeleaf is a wise one, and the greatest magician in the land and the sea. Grandeleaf is 145 years old, and looks older than he really was. Let's go back to Cicilian. It was amazing. In minutes, it was destroyed. Why? The most bountiful world. Now it was ruined. The mountains were gone. The rivers were gone. Where dry and the skies was gone. It was black and the moon was 200 feet close. The reason I did the close moon thing was because of Majora's Mask. The moonlight was unbearable, and as far as the eye could see, this disaster. And now the king would fight for justice. "What did you do?" Cicilian said. "I did not do much. All I did was take all the memories," said Vincent. That seems like a lot of shit, bro. "How could you do this to the kingdom?" said Cicilian. "How is this kingdom?" said Vincent, and shrieked out all the bad memories, and then everything was fading. and now there was nothing. He was gone into a deep sleep. Since Cicilian had terrible dreams, and then it happened he was in the dream. He was in the sea of nothingness and deception, a terrible place to be. He was swimming hopelessly in the black and rotting water of nothing, and the smell of nothing. There was nothing. As hard as he tried, he still saw nothing. There was so much sadness in the world that he could not stand to be there for more than 5 minutes, and then he was somewhere worse, a room with broken glass, and every time you stepped on nothing, more glass would appear out of nowhere, and then all the glass connected together, and then broke again, and then he was falling into nothing again, and then it just repeats all over again. And then he knew that he was stuck in the room. Silence had befallen him. He was still stuck in there. And then he was thinking. Cicilian's mind was now on other things, like Vincent. Where was he? One thing that he did not notice was that... Hold up, I had to fix my screen real quick. It went black. Sorry. Where was I? Silence had befallen him. He was stuck in there. And then he was thinking. Cicilian's mind was now on other things, like Vincent. Where was he? One thing he did not know is that he would soon encounter many adventures. Then something odd happened. Suddenly, he saw that everything went blurry, and then it was suddenly worse than he could have imagined. He was in some other world or dimension. He knew this because he saw 2 moons, but it was weird because they were red. It looked like a tornado with black in the middle, and they were so close together. ... That sounds better than a room with broken glass to me. But whatever. Chapter 7. Where am I? Man, this is taking a minute. Ooh, this is going to be a long video, guys. Cicilian was thinking he must be going delirious. He knew this because all the things that normally could not talk could. ... Let's go back to Orion and Grandeleaf. Vincent. Everybody gasped. Everyone gasped as they saw, to their utter horror, that Vincent was there. Back off, says Cicilian, and like an arrow had pierced his heart, Vincent was gone. Then, Father, is it really you? Said Grandeleaf. Of course, said Cicilian, but I do not know you. And why did you call me Father? You are 200 years in the future, said Grandeleaf, but you, young man, what's your name? Orion, he said quickly. Why did you wish to know, Orion? And you, old man, who are you? Grandeleaf. Yes, he answered. Kingandale, said Orion and Grandeleaf at the same time, and suddenly they were in Kingandale. And they somehow knew this man's name standing in front of him was Victorios, and there was his best friend Amerios. His horse was Nokia, the spearman, and his horse Omega. Have you sent us, said Orion, Cicilian, and Grandeleaf at the same time? Yes, said Victorios. I have been waiting, or watching you great fighters, you Cicilian killed. What? I have been watching you great fighters, you Cicilian killed. Now let's go, said Victorios, to Vincent's castle. We must fight him to end this nightmare. It will be hard, but I believe that if we try to defeat Vincent... Shoo! Is that really how it ended? Yeah. Shoo! It was dark for a second, and then they were in a red sky. They were floating. Roots stuck out of everywhere, and they saw a castle, a black one. They went in, and then... the reason I did this was because of an Ocarina of Time. There's that kind of floating castle Ganon's in. They saw a castle, a black one. They went in, and then they saw an old man and a young one. They were all Vincent in different times. You, said all of Vincent's. Yes, it is, said Cicilian. Oh my gosh. Soon you will be gone, said Cicilian. Oh no, said Cicilian. He is being taken over by the demon, said Grandelief. What do you mean, demon? Said Vitrios, Orion, Gringot, and Nokia. God, that's a lot of stuff to say at the same time. Jeez, okay. The curse started when he was born. The legend is happening now, said Grandelief. He is separating. He is becoming all good, and the demon is splitting from him. That means that an evil Cicilian will be born, and a Cicilian will become the light alchemist. The reason I did that was Final Fantasy IV. Ugh, that hurts to say. Legend 1. A new evil is born. A new evil is born. A new light discovered. A kingdom saved. But evil is not dead, just in another dimension. A key of time. 7 keys spread out in different dimensions. Save them all and destroy evil. You probably just end the book right there. But nope, we're just going to keep on going. Jeez, okay. Chapter 8. A key is found. Thank you guys for going with me for this whole time, if you really have. Chapter 8. A key is found. To Kingandale, said Cicilian, and then they were in Kingandale. It was a mess, a huge key in the city. How could they get it, though? And in the distance they heard... By the way, I gotta explain this too. The reason I had an obsession with all these keys was because the Keyblade and Rave Master. Oh my gosh. To Kingandale, said Cicilian, and they were in Kingandale. It was a mess, a huge key in the city. How could they get it, though? And in distance they heard 7 keys spread out in different dimensions. Save them all and destroy evil. Kind of like Lord of the Rings, where they have all those keys. All those rings. And then Cicilian said, I've got it all. We have to do is to put it in the sword, and then find it and keep it in there, and bring all 7, and they will be small, and we can use them in the door to unknown time. To get to the unknown realm of eternity, and then put the key in the sword, and then the disaster in Kingandale was gone. And then a spirit came out of the sword. He said, hello, I am Neolith, I am keeper of the time, and I am famous alchemist. Let me guide you through your journey, through keys, time, and life. One will add to your journey for each key. I am one of the key spirits. Okay, I think that I was probably pretty damn young when I wrote this. I don't think I was 13 yet, because this is ridiculously terrible. I had to be freaking 11 or 10 or something. This is crazy. Man. Now Vincent is attacking South Kingandale. Let's go, said Neolith. It would take a while by foot, 10 miles, 10 hours, quite a long walk. So let's get started. I bought a boat named the Sun's Moon. Oh my gosh. I bought a boat named the Sun's Moon. It's time to sail. It was a giant boat. Look, said Neolith, sounding like he was in the clouds. It's coming, said Neolith. He's coming, said Neolith. Who said, Cicilian, look, said Neolith calmly. Coming, said Neolith. He's coming, said Neolith. Who said, Cicilian, look, said Neolith calmly. And in the distance he saw it. So they were off on their journey. Many hours later, they landed in Hanaku Wood. I have a feeling that Vincent is here, said Neolith, and then they heard a sound. That's pretty convenient. Do you hear? Said Cicilian. Yes, said Neolith. Anwar, said Cicilian. Cicilian? You look different, said Anwar. We'll talk later. Now's not the time, said Cicilian. We need to find the keys, said Neolith. I know one is in the broken room. Oh, great, that place. We can get there through moat water. And there's a place that leads you to the broken room. Oh my gosh. And we took the bridge to reach the only station through moat water. The forest tricks your mind, though. That is kind of like the Lost Woods in Zelda. We have to use a compass, kind of like Zelda. Does anyone have one? I do, said Victrios. Here you go, said Neolith. Off we go, said Neolith. Chapter 9, Hanaku Wood. 3 more pages, guys. It was mysterious forest. It turned you around if you did not have a compass or a map. They walked day after day until one night about 20 miles from Hanaku Port, and then a thief came named Lackner, one of Vincent's minions, and stole their compass. Ha ha, said Lackner. Now they will get lost and die here. Good work, Lackner, said Vincent, out of the darkness. But I won't have the pleasure of killing them myself, said Vincent, and he slipped off in the darkness. Dang, he just popped up to say that. The morning came, and they said, Where's the compass? How will we move on? We can try going the wrong way. It will turn us in the right direction, said Neolith. Let's try. How'd that work out for you? 5 days later, they reached Hanaku Port, and they took the next boat to the Broken Room. When they reached Broken Port and wandered off for 2 or 3 hours, and then they found a key. The second key. Put it in the sword, said Neolith. He tried, but it was not so simple. It had something written on it. Something written in a different language that I can't read anymore. But I'll try to figure that out later. Because it's written in a font that I don't have the translation to, I don't think, anymore. But I'm going to try to figure it out later. I'll go back. It's pretty mysterious, actually. It says, said Cicilian, oh wow. It says, said Cicilian, only one who defeats evil can break the key. Oh no, said Orion, we have to beat Nalik. So, Neolith, where is he? Said Cicilian. I think he is in the Optic Islands. My favorite place. So they went off into the journey. They found the station, and where off 3 or so hours later an enemy attacked, and Cicilian tried to attack with his sword, but he could not. And he heard in the distance, this sword was made for evil, not good. Or no good can use it. You can only enter the kingdom with it as a sword. It is useless. Many hours later they woke up, and Cicilian remembered that he cannot use the sword, and then he saw a man coming past him. Anwar, said Cicilian. Cicilian, said Anwar, where did you go? Said Cicilian, as they teleported to Dragonborn. And I have been walking and finding ways of teleportation, and I am here now, and that brings me where I am now, but on the way I could not use the sword. It said, there is a new light. Me where I am now, but on the way I could not use my sword. It said, there is a new light, alchemist, and I am not one anymore. Wait. I have been trying to use this cloud stone made in the kingdom of sand. It does not work for me. Do you want it, Anwar? Said Cicilian. Anwar tried it, but it disappeared. Anwar, you are a cloud alchemist, said Cicilian. Do you want my tried it? But it disappeared. Oh, do you want my sword? Said Anwar. Maybe you can use it. It was a big sword, he could barely hold it. And then it glowed, and he heard again in the distance, a light alchemist can only use a sword like this, and only one that has a sword of darkness forged in Dragonborn can forge the swords together and use the dragon ability known as Dragon Bane. That's kind of cool, actually. And both the light and the dark once fused together again, and evil was killed. Legend 2. Evil is dead once again. Evil is dead once again, but there's more than one evil, maybe once and for all. Good will conquer evil. Chapter 10, Key 2 is found. I thought that was already the second key. Whatever, I guess this is really Key 3, but I didn't even write it right. Jeez, 40 minutes, guys. My God, if you're still with me. Whew. Okay, Chapter 10, the final chapter for today. I'm not going to explain anything here, really. I'm just going to read it. And then I'm going to put this up, and I hope you guys enjoy. And till next time, too. Hopefully I can find another time soon. Chapter 10, Key 2 is found. So they sealed the key and added a new one to their journey named Shandok. He was the Earth Alchemist. They woke up sometime later by Shandok. Let's get going. He needed to get to Nelfeu. The next key is there. I can teleport you to Hanaku Wood, but no further. And in a second or two, they were back in Hanaku Wood. Since some evil was killed, the wood was back to normal. In the distance they heard, "You have 9 more to destroy, then the world will be back to normal. The next to destroy is Hone. He is in the Lutha, guarding the next key. We need to start walking now," said Shandok. "We have 20 miles to walk," said Neolith. So they walked night and day, trekking through the forest, but Hone was walking too. Yeah, Butthole was walking too. But Hone was walking too, towards them. Okay, one day later he attacked. He let forth a mighty blow, and Neolith and Shandok said, "Time turns for the worse sometimes, time stop." He was frozen in the air, and time turned slowly more to destroy. One rules them slowly. Vincent is getting weaker, and you are getting stronger. See how short that battle was? But the next will be 50 times stronger, and Vincent is right now 8 times stronger than you. Next one is immune to alchemy and is in the Yo Mountains, said the voice in the distance. Soon they reached the next key. He read on the next key. Whatever it says. I'll show you guys. It's really trippy. Hopefully you can see that. "You must have killed 5 of the strong ones," said Cicilian. That's what it said. 3 more to kill to get the next key, and that will take about 5 months to walk from place to place, and at least 5 days for the battles. If it is true, then the next one is 50 times harder than the last one, said Neolith. Yes, ... I might have a little bit of magic left, said Shandok. I might be able to teleport us one more time, but not as far, said Shandok. Maybe over the sea, to the bridge at best, said Shandok. Let me try a couple of seconds later. They found themselves on top of the El Mountains. Yes! Wow, said Shandok. One of the mountains, but this is the coldest mountain in the world, and he was right. He was dying of the cold. He felt he could only live 20 or so more minutes. And then he saw someone cloaked by the full moon. "I've been waiting for you," said a voice. It sounded like it was the darkness, not just a voice. It was their next destiny. It was their next one to destiny, Garn. The voice was right. You could tell he was a lot stronger than Hone. I thought this day would never come to kill Master of Alchemy Cicilian. Kinda like the Avatar The Last Airbender. At that moment he slashed one quick slash, and Cicilian felt a quick gush of pain. He had cut at the face. It was going to scar. Kinda like Final Fantasy VIII. He knew he was going to die. He knew that he could not defeat him. It was so fast. He did not even see the sword. Dragonbane! And then the dragon came out of the sword. It looked stronger. It had one red eye and one blue eye. It was half white and half black. And its fire was half blue and half red. It knocked him down. It was his weakness. But he tried again. He could not, since it was stronger. He could only do it once. He felt so weak, dizzy, but he needed to stand. It would be hard, he knew, but he also knew that he could only manage one more slash, so he ran with all the energy he had, and a blue slash came out of the sky with wings on the slash. Out of his mouth came out, "Holy sentence!" And Garn fell down, and Garn ran towards Cicilian. "Red sin!" came out from his mouth. Garn's too weak to move. Neolith let forth his alchemy. He drew on the ground a star with 50 points. Dang. And let forth fire, and he disappeared. Then they found his weakness. He was dead. ... And that is up to... Man, I'm just out of breath. Jeez. That is up to chapter 10 in Cicilian, the Kingdom of Lost Memories. Please stay tuned. And if you liked this video, please give it a like. Because I just read this for almost an hour. And it really helps. Thank you so much. And I have a rap battle coming August 12th. But also, I have a ton of music that you need to listen to if you haven't. Please check it out. And stay tuned, where I will continue on with chapter 11 through, I guess, 20. Here we go. And by here we go, I mean see you later. Alright, hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be reading over chapters 11 through 20 of Cicilian and the Kingdom of the Lost Memories. Now this is a book that I wrote when I was a kid, and if you haven't seen any of the other parts of this video, please go back and watch them before you watch this. That being said, I'm going to begin now. Hopefully this one will be a little bit shorter of a video. Alright, chapter 11. Garn is dead. The voice whispered, "Garn is dead. Next one you see will be 50 times stronger. Yet you are not strong enough. You need more power, and you will find that on the bridge to Kingandale. Now go!" So they trekked for 3 days across the bridge and found a sword. It was small, made of tin. It was very light, but when someone holds it, it glows red, and it is hard as diamond and as sharp as a razor. They named it Red Flame, and he gave it to Orion. He was not very talkative. He had talked maybe 2 or 3 times since the journey began. The voice started once again. "You have found strength. The next battle is in Kingandale." And slowly they walked until they got to the city, and it let in only Cicilian and Orion. Oak attacked. They knew that if they died this time, it would be real. And at that moment, Orion's sword glowed on fire, and Orion glowed, and he jumped in front of Cicilian and attacked Oak. Oak shot on fire. Shot back. Sorry about that, y'all. He shot back. Then Orion fainted. Cicilian ran and screamed, "Holy sentence!" And Oak fell down. Dead. 2 hours later. "Good job, Orion. You are getting good. Was it the sword?" "I don't know, maybe." "Well, whatever it was, it worked." "Where is the next fight?" said Cicilian. Nalthua said, Neolith, good, that's close. Oh my gosh. This is written so bad. Good, that's close, said Cicilian. Shandok had his energy was back. Shandok had his energy was back. So they teleported, the key was there, and so was Lake. The voice started again. Orion, I knight you, the hero of Kingandale. You are the power they needed. Orion, hero of Kingandale. Lechner will only be killed with all of you doing your best. The voice slowly faded away with echoing. The sky was losing its color and becoming dark. They could not see. I capitalized dark for some weird reason. Then Lechner attacked. He missed. Luckily, Cicilian attacked with his sword. So did Orion. Neolith did his alchemy with Shandok, and Gringot attacked with his axe. Then something happened. Lechner became a dragon. He had absorbed their attacks. Cicilian saw this was a battle of dragons. He let forth his dragon. He turned back to human, and quickly Neolith washed him away in a flood. He was dead. Cicilian sealed the key in his sword, and out came Gsu. The next key spirit he had, the power to turn night to day and day to night. The voice started. The next key is in Q's city, and so is Hero and Nikan. They are brothers. One is ice, one is fire. They both have dragon bane. We will have to walk. I can't teleport. Bullshit. I can't teleport. So they walked in 2 days. They reached Q's city, and they brought Gringot a new axe for the battle. They saw the key and saw dragons. One was blue and one was red. Attack, and the dragons attacked. Fire and ice. The first burned. They then froze them, and then they were much weaker. But so we're Hero and Nikan. Then they felt for a second dragons all in them. They all said, Dragon Bane. Their dragons were gone, and Hero and Nikan ran at them, and Orion and Cicilian quickly stabbed both of them. Hero and Nikan were dead. The key was sealed, and Tingane came out. I have the power to make any metal out of water. You have 2 to kill and 3 keys to get. The voice came out once again. The next 2 keys are in Luane Isle, and the next 2 fights are there too. The time is almost normal. Not perfect, but almost normal. Run, now I fear I might die soon. If you don't free me from the key, because Nalik is only half dead and the other half is in my key. Hurry! Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be honest, you guys. I did not remember how bad this freaking book is. But I'm just gonna keep on going. Chapter 12. Hurry. Shandok teleported them with the rest of his energy and fainted. They were now in Luane Isle, had slept for 1 day, and then went for the battle. Nark and Ganjak didn't look as strong as the others, but behind them were 2 keys. To battle! Screamed Cicilian, and then killed both of them with his dragon and fainted. That was anticlimactic. 12 hours later he woke up. The keys! As he woke up, I thought you would never wake up, said Xu. You must go quickly, said Xu. In 24 hours, Nogi will die. He sealed the keys, and 2 spirits came out. One was Forehorn, the other was Yints. Oh my gosh, I have way too many characters in this book. Quickly, you must save our brother Nogi, they both said. Quickly! Teleport, you idiot, said Yints. Shandok, you better not be calling me an idiot if I just met you. Shandok ran at them, but Neolith blocked them. And he had to teleport, but he lost all of his energy while going there, and fainted. 2 hours later, he woke up. Wow, you are really weak, said Yints. Oh, shut up, said Shandok. Hurry, we have 12 more hours. They got there 3 hours later. The key was black because of the evil in there. He sealed it, and Nogi came out. I thought you would never come, said Nogi. Watch out. Then something happened that destroyed their chances of getting any further. Cicilian was dead. Wow. Shit, I don't even remember that happening. That's weird. Okay. Roll with the punches here. Chapter 13. Cicilian is dead? Question mark. Cicilian! Are you okay? There was no answer. I will avenge you, said Neolith. And at that time he did something that only Vincent had done before. Stars of Omega! Evil was dead. Okay. I have an idea, said Yitz. I can go back into time. In a flash, they went back 2 minutes. Watch out! And then he pushed Cicilian out of the way and went forward 2. Man, I knew he wasn't dead. Minutes. I will avenge you! Stars of Omega, and evil was dead, and Cicilian. What the... Okay, I gotta reread that part. In a flash, they went back 2 minutes. Watch out. And then he pushed Cicilian out of the way and went forward 2 minutes. I will avenge you, Stars of Omega, and evil was dead, and Cicilian. I'm so confused. Legend 3. Once alive, once dead. Once alive again. Time passes differently when evil strives. Was alive? Now we have all keys. Now let's open the door of time, said Cicilian Shandok. You know what to do. In a second they were there. They heard the voice, but now it was closer. The voice was Nogi. You have mastered swordsmanship. You have almost defeated evil. Only one more battle and you will be known as Cicilian Master over Evil. Now take the key to the door. Cicilian opened the door, then the black world was colorful again. One more part to cure Vincent's castle. I think the reason also, I think the castle in Dark Cloud also inspired this on the PS2. The door opened to the kingdom of memories. It was perfect again, and then the Sea of Sorrow was not rotten, but shining, and there was a golden bridge from here to Caves Village. Caves Village, really. They walked through it, and through Caves Village to Vincent's castle. Now it was time for the battle of their lives. Everyone is dead, but if he beat Vincent, he will give all their life back, apparently. That's what it says. Okay, here goes. Ugh, sorry my nose itches. Chapter 14, The Battle for Lives. They entered the castle. I have been waiting a long time for you to come. You have gotten stronger. Time flows on. I cannot let you destroy the flow by bringing him back. You ruined the timeline. Now lives are saved, but in process you killed, and you killed more than 9. Okay? They would have had children, and they would have had children. You killed millions to save thousands. Wow. You killed, you did not save. You're foolish to think that you would be a hero. You're still the same. I know that deep inside there is great evil that rules you. Born a demon, stay a demon. That is you, Cicilian. What about King Mortimer? You did not even try to save him. Why, Cicilian? Why? Oh man, I'm switching it up a little bit here. The millions that die in wars. Did you even try? No, of course not. Awaken evil, rise. Nalic, and out of Cicilian rose Nalic. See, plenty to go around. You were not just training you, Cicilian, you were training Nalic too. But yet time flows on. Born of the dragon, die of the dragon. Because of you messing with time, I became master of all time, Vincent the Dark. Die now, Cicilian, face my wrath. With that, Vincent jumped in the air. Come, Nalic. He came possessed Cicilian. Nalic. With that, Nalic jumped inside of Cicilian and said, Rise, dead, from the past, come to the future. And Nalic jumped out of Cicilian, and then before him were standing all 8 he had killed. Dang. And then Cicilian spoke, Light is stronger than dark. Dark may win some wars, but dark has no grip on me. Die! And with that, Cicilian's dragon came forth and killed 9, but not the 10th. Vincent looked like he had not gotten a scratch from the dragon. Vincent spoke. Is that all? That is your piteous attempt? See, the evil is more of you than you thought. You are getting weaker. All evil, join me. Cicilian was weak, but then he let forth, Holy sentence! Evil will die, and you are evil, so die. Vincent spoke, No! Ow! And slowly, Vincent died. Alright, here we go. It's a very, very, very short chapter here. Chapter 15. Time returns to normal. Let's see what time is it? 15. Doing good. All of the people were back. Time was back on track, and Cicilian was the hero of time. That is the whole chapter. I'm not kidding. That is the whole chapter. Part 3. Cicilian starts again. Chapter 16. Vincent is back. Thought we killed him, but I had a feeling. I think what happened then is I killed the main bad guy, and I was like, I can't do that. So I had to bring him back from the dead somehow. Chapter 16. Vincent is back. Cicilian had not done much lately. The voice started again, and it had not done this in a long time. Hero, what happened? You are weak. You were strong. And Hero, there is still evil in the world, and no one is defeating it. You need to help now. Why? There are more heroes in this. There are more heroes. It is you that I need. You are the only one who can do it. Vincent has a son. One of the minions killed himself for him. Vincent is back. There is more evil. Cicilian, you were destined. It is your destiny. Can't you see? Vincent is not the only one anymore. Vincent is weak now. Well, hot damn. Vincent is weak now. Born in evil, repent, your son will not be cursed. Don't repent, and your son will be 200 times more evil than you? Okay. Vincent waited for this day. His baby is Vincent the 13th. Okay. And Vincent 12th was so strong, he almost destroyed the earth. You are the only one who ever beat a Vincent. That name is cursed. Help this world, Cicilian. You have 1 year to become a great swordsman again. Don't let me down. Wow. Okay. 3 more pages, guys. Chapter 17. Dragon Bane. So the journey began. Sorry about that. There's a fly on my paper. So the journey began. After defeating Vincent, he saw that he was still very strong. Maybe it was destiny. It was raining that night. Vincent was 19, and in 1 year he will try to destroy the world. He did not like to think about stuff like that. He hated death, but he was always in the middle of death. Okay. The voice started up again. Cicilian, the past is being messed up. King Mortimer needs to be saved or you will never be born. You made him your grandfather when you went back. What the fuck? You made him your grandfather when you went back. If you don't save him, the world will automatically disappear. Vincent would have already destroyed it. I will teleport you, but you only have 1 chance. He was there. He must attack now, said King Mortimer. Cicilian saw behind King Mortimer a black knight. He had a sword aiming at King Mortimer. Look out! And Cicilian used Dragon Bane. The dragon came out and killed millions. King Mortimer lived. The voice started, Good work. I have a couple jobs for you. Before you start getting trained, you have to go in the past and learn Dragon Bane, or you would not have beat Vincent. You need to go to Dragonborn and get a dragon stone from the Wizard of Nif, Blacknoia, and then you need to go to the cave in Dragonborn. And you have to go in the Get Holy Sentence, and to get Holy Sentence you need to go to the Kingdom of Light and get a holy statue from a spring there. First you need to go to Dragonborn. In a few seconds he was in Dragonborn. Hello, does anyone know where Blacknoia is? Everyone ignored this. Hello? Anyone? No one again. Looks like I will have done this on my own, sighed Cicilian. How can I find him? Blacknoia? With a cloud of smoke, a wizard appeared. Hello, you called? Yes, my name is Cicilian, and are you really, said Blacknoia. It is an honor, said Blacknoia. I need a dragon stone. Oh yes, well I don't have one, and the only dragon stone is guarded by a dragon. Oh well, where is the dragon? In Dragonborn Caves, just north of here. Thanks, bye. So he headed north in 2 days. He reached the caves. He went, and a huge dragon was there. It looked just like this dragon. Then it attacked. And I guess I don't have the picture of that anymore somehow. The dragon roared. Fire came out of his mouth. Its tail was whipping in the air. And then he saw it. The stone! It was half white and half black with red in the middle. He ran towards it, but the dragon was so fast it pinned him down. And he could see the stone. He kicked it towards him. The dragon knew he was getting away and moved his tail off of Cicilian and ran after him. Cicilian tripped. His feet were stuck in the ground. The dragon was very close. Cicilian at that moment jumped behind a rock and threw it in the dragon's mouth, and the dragon was dead. The stone started glowing, and Cicilian felt stronger than the stone shook. Then the stone shook. Oh, I think that I got that off of the Dongo from Zelda, where you throw the bombs in its mouth. Okay, so what was that? It said the stone shook and went into his sword. Okay, chapter 18. To the kingdom of light. He walked to the kingdom of light. It was raining. It was night and he was still walking. The next morning he was in the kingdom of light. I thought he said he was in the kingdom of light. Anyways, he looked around him. He saw the spring. He dove in, but it kept going, and then he could not breathe anymore. He swam to the top. It was a huge dome, and sharks were in the middle of the aquarium. Wow. He did not know what the lance was. It was not made yet, and then a huge tentacle reached out of the tank. An octopus. It attacked. He could not swim fast enough. Then at the bottom of the shark tank he saw a white statue. "Oh no," said Cicilian, and swam to the edge under the octopus, and pulled himself up quickly, dove into the shark tank and swam for his life to the bottom of the tank, grabbed the white statue and yelled underwater for Nogi. He let out all his air and then fainted. Jeez. Wow, I don't even remember that part at all. It's kind of weird though, because it says he fainted. What did he faint underwater? I'm pretty sure that means he's dead again. But it just acts in the next part like he's not, I guess. Yep. Wow, that's weird. I guess he's died twice now. I'm going to start keeping count of that. Chapter 19, The Next War. Luckily, Nogi pulled him back just in time. There we go. Okay. You need help. You need more people. Take Lelferio, Orifel, Victorios, Yentz, and Nokia, and I can teleport you places. Vincent only has 9 months until he attacks. There is a war. You need to save as many people as possible. It is a war. We have 790 people. They have 592, so it won't be very hard. Wow, you know all of the statistics, don't you? But this is where it gets tricky. You can't kill anyone, and you have to stop people from killing and save as many on both sides. Okay. Now go. They were there before the battle. It was still at the beginning, but maybe he could save all of them. He had a time alchemist. "Hey, Yentz, can you stop time?" "Yep," said Yentz. "Do it. Now!" Time froze. Cicilian moved everyone away from each other with Nogi teleporting and start the time back. But then somehow they came back. What the hell? Cicilian kept pushing people out of the way and anything he could think of. He then saw a black knight. He kept trying to kill as many people as possible. He ran at him. It reminded him of a day in his life. Wait, he had seen a person running towards him in his first battle. He was the one running towards him. Then he saw himself once again by King Mortimer, and he pushed himself away. But Cicilian remembered he had the first time killed one of the people that had tried to kill the king, and by me walking in front of King Mortimer, he had pushed the one he had missed the first time and pushed him into the King Mortimer's sword. What the hell? Last chapter for the night, guys. Chapter 20. 1 month left. Cicilian was training for his battle. Wow, it didn't even resume that shit. Cicilian was training for his battle hard. 8 months had passed since his last battle. The others were training too. They all had not slept for a week. Cicilian, you have gotten much better. There is one more war that will happen in the future that you need to stop. There are 2 kings, one is rich and one is very poor. What kind of king is poor? the rich king loves war. He is, I don't think people love war, it's just something that has to be done. He is Vincent's grandson, Mohelian. The poor one is Lioneth the Second. Oh my gosh. He is your grandson. You need to, he is your grandson. Oh my gosh. You need to save yours and his, from the war to attack their country. Go now. Wow, guys, needless to say, it just keeps getting weirder and weirder. I don't even really know what to say this time. I hope you guys enjoyed this weird-ass book. Now we're up to chapter 20. So, I guess, stay tuned for chapter 21 through 30 next time. See you guys. Alright. Hello again, YouTube. Okay. Here we go. Today, I'm going to be reading chapters 21 through chapter 50. And this is probably going to be, I guess, like the second to last video, I'm assuming, but we'll just see how it all turns out. Alright. It starts with this, because I don't think I read this last time. It says, Legend 4, The Two Kings. Two of the same blood will die if a hero of time does not come. Dot. Okay. Chapter 21, A Night of Assassination. In a couple of seconds, he was in Thieves' Cavern. It was a quiet night. He could see that they were going to assassinate him. Wow, that's good. He saw a man across the road sneaking in a palace. It was a weird. The palace had 2 points and 2 windows. There were 2 castles, and the man was getting closer. The assassin heard Cicilian, then he disappeared and was never to be seen again. Okay. Legend 5. The two kings are saved. 2 kings of the same blood will not die if a hero saves them. That will happen. ... Cicilian had been training hard. It was only 20 days until the battle will happen. He had a hard time not sleeping, but he knew he was destined. ... Then, as he was training, a man attacked him, and the ninja attacked. "Who are you?" "We're," the last words he said before he drifted off into a deep sleep. ... Legend 6, The Dream of Time. The man that saved time will have a dream 1 week from the end of the world. ... Chapter 22, The Dream of Time, Part 1. It began. The Dream of Time. He was on a lake standing on water. He looked beside him, where 5 men, cloaked by darkness. One of them said, "It's time." Another said, "Cicilian, you can't hold on much longer. It's destroying you." Then another talked. "Look. ... By the way, I think I got the inspiration for these people from Organization 13 from Kingdom Hearts. Anyways. And in the distance, there was a dark figure. You could barely see him. Then he talked. "Time is more than it looks, isn't it, Cicilian?" Then the dream left them. It was a castle. A dark castle. Vincent's castle. Then went away and showed a night, and one of the pitch dark. He saw a rope and heard a voice. "Well done, Cicilian, well done." And the rope lifted him up. The rope was glowing, and Cicilian groped the rope and was lifted up. Legend 7. The Rope of Light. The rope of light, forged in the kingdom of light, reach only into darkness and save ones only of light. Man, I'm sorry I'm not making so much commentary, you guys, because honestly, I thought this book would be a lot better, but I still want to read it. Just mark it off my bucket list here. The Rope of Light. The dream came to an end. Cicilian had been sleeping for 1 week. It was time. Yeah, that was quite a nap, my friend. The final battle with Vincent. Chapter 23. They walked in the castle. Die, ... And with that he ran at Cicilian. Death slash! And Vincent lifted his sword, and in the air his sword burst into flame, and stabbed Cicilian. It ripped through him. Death takes its toll, said Vincent. Cicilian fell down in a smoking heap. Holy sentence! It ripped through Vincent like he was water. Let light seep through you, Victrios spoke. Holy arrow, rip through you. Spring, summer, winter, fall, holy magic, said Orifil and Eleutherio. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. Legend 8. Vincent is finally dead. ... Time turns. Time has been saved finally from the clutches of Vincent. Part 4. Elemental Lies. Chapter 24. Elemental Lies. It was early winter. Snow had been falling all night. Cicilian, wake up, said Yince. You've been asleep for 5 days. Damn. You passed out right after Vincent died, and a ninja-looking guy keeps knocking on the door. Look, there he goes again. That's 7 times. Let me get it this time, Yince. Hello, said Cicilian. Finally! I've been trying for an hour. Cicilian, I was the one who attacked you. And the reason I did that was because Niventru was trying to kill you. Let me help you kill him. This is my brother Inakhamel, said Tana Mock Uni. He wants to help you, too. Please, you must help us kill him. Come on, said Cicilian. It's time to go. Thank you, said Tana Mock Uni. ... Early the next day, they all began the journey ahead of them. They walked about 10 miles and then had a rest. Their real journey began tomorrow. Chapter 25. A New Night. That night... It's time, said Orifel. Come on, okay, let's go, said Lelferio. It was a full moon. 6 minutes, said Lelferio. I'm ready. Are you? said Orifel. Yes, I think so. How many more? 3, said Orifel. 1 minute left, said Orifel. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then their jaws and bodies twisted violently, and they screamed. Then all that was there were 2 foxes. One looked like it was fire, the other looked like he was frozen. Wow, weird shit. Legend 9. 2 foxes, 1 fire and 1 ice. 2 foxes. They are both humans, but change at night. 1 is snow, 1 is fire. The 2 foxes will change the world in their human form. Then they were attacked by the 2 wolves. 1 glowed as if it was made of the sun, and the other was made of moonlight. The wolves were sworn enemies to the 2 foxes. Legend 10. The wolves of night and day. Man, I got way too many freaking chapters and characters in this. One wolf, one day, born in time. One night, one day, sworn enemies of foxes everywhere. ... Man, I was a weird-ass kid, y'all. Chapter 26. The battle begins. The moon shone. It was a full moon. The sun and the moon came out because of the wolves. Then the ground was covered with fire and ice, and the wolves and the foxes fell down slowly, turning back slowly. The part wolves and the part humans ran away. Chapter 27. Where is Vincent? Anwar and Leon just sat there for a second. Then Glanik appeared. Vincent has already destroyed the past. All you can do is fix the future. I will put you 10 years in the future. Then you must destroy Vincent and his family. He will have 1 son and 7 brothers. Then, Cicilian, your journey will be to an end. But that is just your first journey. You will have many more. Then, minutes later, and Cicilian and Anwar were wrapped in feathers and were in a desert. The reason I did that was because when you teleport in Majora's Mask, there are feathers. My god, I just ripped off so many things. And were in the desert wasteland. They both of them were covered in armor, and had thousands of soldiers around them. And in the center of the desert was a black castle. A man came out of the castle. He had black hair and red eyes. Then he spoke. "Hello, Leon. I have not seen you for a long time." "Vincent, where is Linknall?" "Dead. And you will also be the same soon." Then Vincent came from the sky. He landed on the ground with his sword. "Now!" said Anwar. "Attack, Cicilian!" Cicilian attacked, and a huge dragon came flying out of his sword. Vincent was down. "Now is your chance, Anwar!" And Anwar swung at Vincent. Then all the men came at him and slashed him. They all thought it was over, but then Vincent was down. He jumped up. That very second, "Stars of Omega! Strike!" And then Anwar and Vincent were gone. "You took 2 of my friends. I swear to avenge them." Chapter 28. Orion, Part 1. Orion was walking through the forest of lost memories. A man walked past him. He had black hair and red eyes. The man walked past him like he never was there. "Hello?" said Orion. The man walked into a black hole. Orion followed. He could see mountains in the distance. There was a black castle in front of him, and there were stone steps up to the door. The door was made of wood and had a big metal knocker. It was shaped as a skull. The first thing Orion saw when he walked through the door was a long stone table. On the table was a stone statue. It was crumbling very slowly. Then a voice spoke up. 200 years ago, a man by the name of Victriok had a son named Klansky. Victriok knew as soon as he had his son was born, that there was something special about him. At the age of 15, his father died. His mother cared for him for 3 years, then became very ill and was bedridden. Klansky did everything to make his mother better, then he never could. Klansky tried everything to get a job, but he was too young. At 20, his mother died. Klansky had nothing else to lose but himself, so he guarded it to the best of his ability. He became the first alchemist, and since he was the only alchemist, he had the power to do anything. The only thing he could not fix was fate. When he became an alchemist, his body was broken in 2. Evil was born that day. 5 years later, he sealed the evil into the stone. It has been trying to get out of this statue for 175 years, and in 200 years the beast will break it out of the statue and rule the world. Any evil that ever died will be reborn again 10 times stronger. So the legend says that second Vincent ran at him. Chapter 29. The Wolves and the Foxes. The next day came, and Cicilian woke up very early. Enoch Camel, Tana Mock Uni we're up too. The time approaches, said Tana Mock Uni. I am not sure we have enough strength yet. I was fearing that too, said Enoch Camel. Niven True is stronger than 20 Vincents, said Tana Mock Uni. He helped build the stone statue also, said Enoch Camel. We only have a little longer. We must keep the secret of Orifel and Leltherio, being the foxes of snow and fire, said Tana Mock Uni. That instant, Cicilian tripped over a stone and came crashing down into millions of leaves. Leafs. Who goes there, friend or foe? Said Enoch Camel. Friend, said Cicilian. Why didn't you tell anyone? That means next full moon they die if we don't kill Niven True. I have a feeling that he is near, said Tana Mock Uni, and I sense that they will live, said Enoch Camel. But we only have 1 week to find and kill him. Chapter 30. The Plan. We must leave, said Yentz. We will leave tonight, said Nogi. When you hear my signal, come out of your tent. Okay, said Yentz. Where do we go? To Vincent's castle. I see your plan. That night, Yentz was wide awake. This was their last chance. He could not sleep or he would ruin the plan. He heard the signal. Come on, said Nogi. Man, I'm glad he released us, said Nogi. Then they were gone. Chapter 31. Niven True. We are here, master, said Nogi and Yentz. Good, said Niven True. Tonight we move in. Where are they, dragonborn? Said Nogi. Good, said Niven True. The perfect place, said Nogi. Yes, said Niven True. Why wait till tonight, said Niven True. Let's go now. And even if he kills me, the plan will still unfold. Damn, he has some balls. He has no chance. And how can he live through 7 more battles after me? It just isn't possible. Let's go now. Chapter 32. Orion, Part 2. Vincent was about a foot away from him. He picked up his sword and let it drive deeply into Orion's skin and slashed his legs. Orion, a little while later, woke up in a cotton bed with silk blankets. He could see a man coming towards him. Hello, my name's Fargorin. What's yours, Orion? Can you stand? Yes, just barely though. Orion stood up and fell back down. Then Fargorian reached out of his pocket and he had a round hollow stone. Inside there was a purple mixture. Then he put 2 drops on his chest. It felt warm, and then it touched the blood. It felt like it was frozen. Then the blood melted and changed into skin. Wow. Try walking now, said Fargorin. Orion stood up. He had no problems with his legs or his stomach. Chapter 33. Attack! We have tried to kill him in his sleep. That is our only chance, said Niven True. Then he unsheathed his sword. Triple madness! Screamed Niven True. He brought down his sword. Guess again, said Cicilian, and Cicilian grabbed his knife from his pant pocket. and then Cicilian blocked the sword with the big side of his knife. Cicilian jumped up and ran towards Niventrue and put his knife at Niventrue's throat. "What stops you from slitting my throat? Because it's unfair." Cicilian then leapt away. "Why Nogi? Why Yints?" Yints and Nogi did not answer. Then Cicilian threw Niventrue's sword back at him. "Light of the sacred sword, strike!" That moment an orb of light appeared. It came to Niventrue and exploded on Niventrue. "Light is nothing. Open your eyes. Accept the darkness." Niventrue ran at Cicilian. "Die!" And Niventrue's sword exploded, then froze. He plunged it deep into Cicilian's skin. Then Cicilian ran at Niventrue. Then, as Cicilian stabbed Niventrue, he slowly faded into the darkness. Nokia, Anwar, and Victrios spoke, and said their goodbyes. "Goodbye, Cicilian. Thank you." And with that they departed. Yentz and Nogi were being controlled by Niventrue. "I think we should split our ways," said Nogi and Yentz in an ashamed voice. "Goodbye. ... Part 5. Past, Present, and Future. And this is what I noticed. I even looked on the file online, and this is exactly how it's written. I missed a chapter. Yes, I missed a chapter. There is no chapter 34. It goes right to chapter 35. So chapter 35, A New Beginning. The wind blew hard as Niventrue lay dead. The mountains moaned as they heard death. Then they saw a man. "Cicilian?" said the man. "Linknall," said Cicilian. "I've been looking for you. I thought you were dead." Vincent tried to, but I ran away. Then I've been riding by airship. Want to come with me? I know how to drive. Sure. What are airships controlled by these days? Mist. Where do you get it? The Aero Mountains. Chapter 36. Linknall Part 1. Linknall struggled to untie himself. In the distance, he heard a scream, then a sudden flourish of color. "Well done, Cicilian," said Linknall. His rope slipped off of his body. "Linknall, wake up!" He was inside of the airship. "Hello?" He was alone. "Where am I?" "In Blue's Plains," said a voice. "Anwar? Yes, it's me. We have a lot of things to catch up on." "Come on," said Anwar. "I think he's in the broken room," said Anwar. "Good, let's go. I found an airship." The airship was heading due west. There was a chilling cold. The leaves cut through the air with ease. Then, in the distance, they saw a red dot amongst the trees. An enemy airship! The rest was a blur, and Linknall was not seen for 3 years. Chapter 37. The Airship and Garnis. The wind was perfect for flight. The wind slowly moved the summer leaves. Linknall. "Where to?" said Orion. "To kill Garnis." "Garnis the Great?" said Tanamakuni. "Yes," said Linknall. "Why do you want to kill him?" said Cicilian. "He killed my family." "Oh, ... "Where is he?" said Cicilian. "The forest of Nif?" said Linknall. "We must hurry," said Cicilian. "We have a long journey ahead of us." The night was long and tiring as the airship was raised to the sky. Then in the distance they saw a white and blue object. It was a sacred water dragon, Lin. The water dragon swooping Lin was one of the mightiest fighters there was back then. Evil cowered at the sight of him. Chapter 38. Linknall Part 2. "Wake up," said a voice. "Who are you?" said Linknall. "Get up," said the voice angrily, and kicked Linknall in the head. "Get up," said the voice. It's time. Time for what? Said Linknall. Don't give me that. Get up. At that, he grabbed him by the hair and yanked him up. Come on, Worth. He threw a broom at him. Damn. Chapter 39. The Ring of Time and the Ring of Memories. I have many stories to tell, said Linknall, like the one of the Ring of Time and the Ring of Memories. Long ago there was a master of rings. A man came to him and said, Make me 2 rings, one that can seal memories and one that can go through time. He said he would pay him 200 gold. The ringmaster worked eagerly. 2 weeks passed and the rings were still not made. One day the ringmaster had a breakthrough and finished the rings. The man came with the gold and the man eagerly grabbed the gold. The man now had all the power in the world. His name was Garnus, Vincent's brother. He could kill the one who has killed so many of his family, Cicilian. Dot. Sorry guys, I had to scratch my back. Alright, Chapter 40, Familiar Faces, Part 1. Garnus, are we ready? The voice was Glanic. Now that you have both the Ring of Time and the Ring of Memories, you can go through time and seal memories. Go, Garnus, don't wait. We don't have much longer. You know, if we defeat Cicilian, then you can retrieve your brothers. Go and bring me with you. I knew Cicilian, and I know that if you send me, I might be able to help you. What do you say? Don't try to control me, Glanic. You know it doesn't work. You may not go. The night was long and dreary, and Cicilian could not sleep. The ground shook suddenly. The air grew light, and every cloud vanished. There was one dark spot in the sky, and it was coming closer to Cicilian. Then, in a voice that seemed to come from the ground, a familiar face was raised from the ground. It was Niventrue. He spoke. Darkness will live, Cicilian. I am alive. Cicilian, this time I know your weakness. Die! At this, the darkness inside the light rushed towards him. Cicilian grabbed his sword in the name of Forn, the great swordsman of Nelthula. Die! Earth fundamentals! The ground went right through the darkness like nothing happened. You fool! Alchemy can only kill darkness. Then Niventrue reached into his body and formed a sword, and then he raised it. Shadow sword, make me invisible! The darkness returned to the sky. Cicilian could no longer see Niventrue. Cicilian drew a lightning mark in the ground, and it lit up. Then Cicilian spoke. Thunder, lightning, show me the way. Show me the heavens. With that, the sky lit up for brief periods of time. Niventrue spoke. Brignads, illusions, split up my body into 20, with only one real one. That second, his body split into 2, and there 3, 4, then 3, 4, 5, then 20. His illusions were surrounding Cicilian. Then all of the illusions started walking closer. They were 10 feet close to him now, and getting closer and closer. Then the illusions and the real one among them raised his sword. Bloody blade! 20 voices yelled, and then the blades caught on fire and grew 20 or maybe even 30 times their size, and the blades came down on Cicilian. Cicilian did not know how he survived this. All he knew is that he woke up. When he woke up, he saw a body lying beside him. It was Niventrue. He was finally dead. Jeez. Chapter, what is this? 49, I think? Oh man, hold up. I'm gonna have to look real quick. Okay. Chapter 41. Chapter 41, Familiar Faces, Part 2. Galenic spoke. Why should he choose where I go? I won't let him. That minute he dressed and grabbed his sword. I will kill Cicilian. Then he will treat me as he used to. Galenic ran out of the door in fury. The day was cold. It was late winter, and the lakes were frozen over. Galenic spoke. Cicilian doesn't stand a chance. I can make him do whatever I want. Ha 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 ha! Cicilian is very close. I can sense it. 2 hours passed, and he saw Cicilian in the distance. Galenic unsheathed his sword. Cicilian is stronger now more than ever. Galenic was only about 1 yard close to him. Damn, that's 3 feet away. Okay, chapter 42. Remember the battle? Remember me? Said Galenic. Cicilian looked at Galenic in the utmost disbelief. I will even give you a hint for battle. It won't help you much, though. Try emptying your mind, thinking nothing of battle, and don't think of anything. That is your only chance. Galenic spoke. You don't want to kill me. We are friends. Cicilian then stopped. Galenic was doing it to everyone. They did not have a chance. Cicilian had to win. He had many battles ahead of him, and Galenic was by far not the hardest. Cicilian spoke. I will not be controlled any longer. The second Galenic had lost control of him. Cicilian ran towards Galenic. Forgotten control! Cicilian cried. Galenic spoke. Good, but not good enough, said Galenic. That second Cicilian was controlled again. Galenic spoke. Kill each other now! No! Cried Cicilian. Cicilian ran for the second time at Galenic. So did Orion. Die! They both screamed. Twin slash! Red sin! Was raised in the air and came down on Galenic's head. Cicilian came in and stabbed Galenic in the chest. Galenic was dead. Chapter 43. The Plan. When Garnus saw that Galenic was gone, and heard that he was dead, he roared in an outrage. He's dead! Garnus roared. He was my main soldier! I have no one now. That's just what they say, master. Garnus unsheathed his sword, and raised his sword to the skies. Cicilian! I will not let you kill me as you did my brothers. Cicilian! I will be the one to kill you. Where is he? Said Garnus. I think he is near Dragonborn. Good. My plan will work. This is my plan. At broad daylight we will sneak up on him. Why would they expect us in broad daylight? Then it will be 6 to 500. Ha 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 ha. They stand no chance. All our men will be armed, and they will just have a sword or a staff. Garnus spoke. The battle will start soon. Are the men ready? Yes, sir, said the palace guard. We will invade in 1 hour, sir. We will invade in 1 hour, sir. I'm ready. Times passed very quickly, not wanting to go to battle. Master, it's time to go. Okay, let's run for the victory of battle. Cicilian has no chance. Chapter 44. Garnus spoke. To battle, for all we have to lose is ourselves. The second Garnus and his army ran towards Cicilian. Cicilian was still tired from his last battle with wounds that went deep. Then in the distance Cicilian could see how many men running towards him. Orion spoke. Men, the wars never stop, do they? Tanamakuni and Nakyamal, use your knives. Anwar, Linknal, use your swords. Orion, come with me and use your alchemy. People, watch out, Tanamakuni, behind you! Cicilian released Dragonbane. The dragon came from his sword and attacked the crowd. At least half the crowd was dead. Then, a few hours later, there was only one left, Garnus. Garnus clapped for the team. I did not think that you were this strong, Cicilian. Cicilian, Orion, Anwar, Linknal, Tanamakuni, and Nakyamal were so tired that they could barely lift their sword. Something came from the sky. It was Lin, the mighty water dragon. He spoke. I am here to help you, Cicilian. Guide you through your journey. I can take you through the world at great speed. I am your guide through this world. Galanix spoke then. Lin, you died hundreds of years ago before a battle... You died hundreds of years ago, Battle of Nelthua. Chapter 45, The Battle with Garnus. Lin spoke. Come, let us fight, Garnus. Raised his sword. I'm ready, Cicilian. Garnus ran towards Cicilian. Cicilian, you killed my family. I will not let you kill me. Killing the rain. Garnus roared. His sword lit first red, then orange, then blue, then white. The sky lit up, and the sky's clouds turned into swords and fell down upon Cicilian and his party. The swords slashed and ripped through them. Cicilian did not know how he could survive this. Then it stopped. Cicilian did not have much energy left. Then Garnus spoke. Is that all you have in you, Cicilian? Snow slash! The ground was covered with snow instantly, and then a hand reached out of the ground. Cicilian, the voice spoke. Garnus sent me to take you where he thinks you deserve, but he is the one who shall come with me, for he is more evil than you will ever be. The hand reached for Garnus, and as he was being taken to the ground, something clicked in Cicilian's mind. Saving sin! Cicilian cried, and as he ran towards Garnus, the sky spoke. Well done, Cicilian, they said in an echoing voice. Cicilian attacked the hand with all his might. He had saved Garnus. Garnus spoke. Thank you, Cicilian. You saved someone who has killed many and saved his life. Then Garnus was raised to the skies. ... Chapter 46, Cicilian's Dream, Part 2, and the Skills of Somaru. It began. The dream of time. He was on a lake standing on water. He looked beside him were 5 men cloaked by darkness. One of them said, It's time. Another said, Cicilian, you can't hold on much longer. It's destroying you. Then another talked, Look, and in the distance there was a dark figure. He could barely see him, and then he talked. Time is more than it looks, isn't it, Cicilian? The man who spoke was Vincent. He was half cloaked by darkness. His mouth did not move, but somehow voices came from his mouth. Cicilian, this is what the world will look like if you don't help the world get back on track. And Cicilian, the time to strike is now. Then the dream left them. It was a castle, a dark castle. Vincent's castle. Then it went away and showed a knight, and out of the pitch dark he saw a rope and heard a voice. Well done, Cicilian, well done. And the rope lifted him up. The rope was glowing, and Cicilian groped the rope and was lifted up. I have another story to tell you, one of skills so mighty that they could be the world in destruction. Long ago, at the beginning of time, the god of the earth created 9 skills, that then split up the evil in the world into 9 bodies and made them the 9 evils of earth. The 9 gods that could kill everyone on the earth. except one human named Cicilian, mightier than all evil, stronger than all sin. He is made to kill all of them, and after he does, he gets their soul and gains an ability. And when he gets every skill, he will open the road to the heavens. Then Mother Earth will be cured from the evilness in the world will be gone, and will open the gate to time and the road to Lepoia and the secret realm through the secret door known as the Door of Time, and will destroy the ultimate evil known as Valnoik the Valiant. Part 6, Echoing Voice. Chapter 47. Cicilian, thanks to you my village is saved and I can live happily with my family, said Linknall. I think I will leave you now, and for a token of my gratitude I will give you the airship. Her name is Valiant. Use her well, Cicilian. Goodbye for now. Linknall limped toward his family. So Cicilian spoke. Goodbye, Linknall. Come on, men. We have much more ahead of us, said Cicilian. There might not be much time left, Cicilian. It's time to go, said Tanamak-Uni. Yeah, we can go now, said Cicilian. Where to? Said Enoch-Camel. Nith Forest. Okay, let's go. We can go quicker now. And then they were in the ship. Oh my gosh. Nith Forest and Lananon. It was dark now, and they had been sailing through the sky for over a day, and they were almost near Nith Forest. The next day came, and all they saw were gnomes and elves. Cicilian, I have a friend here that can tell us where in Nith Forest Alibi is. His name is Lananon. Is he an elf or a gnome or human? He's an elf, said Tanamak-Uni. Oh, is that? Said Enoch-Camel. You mean the one we... Yes, said Tanamak-Uni. What? Said Cicilian. Nothing, said Tanamak-Uni. What the hell? It's a secret, said Orifel and Lelferio. You know too? Said Cicilian. What's going on? Said Ororian. What are you talking about? It wouldn't mean anything to you, said Tanamak-Uni. Let's just move on, said Enoch-Camel. They walked a little further, and they saw a waterfall. You could see through the waterfall. They were now at Nith Forest. Does anyone know where an elf named Lananon? You mean the High Archer Lananon? Right this way, said a tall elf with long hair. Just through this door, said the elf. Goodbye, said the elf. Long time no see, Tanamak-Uni and Enoch-Camel, Orifel and Lelferio. I see you have more added to your journey, said Lananon. Lananon, do you know where Alibi is? The one? Said Lananon. Yes, said Enoch-Camel. Walk into Nith Forest. He is moving very quickly. He is near Finn. Now wait. He's stopped. This is your chance. Run now! Jeez. Chapter 49. The First Battle with Alibi. In the distance they saw man standing still looking around him. Then he saw them in his eyes, looked on them, and he ran towards them. This time he did not have a sword, he had a staff. He is an alchemist. He spoke in a hoarse voice. All of my family were alchemists. They chose to use swords over magic. The second something weird happened. A voice came from the skies, but this time it was not Nogi. It was no one he knew saying, there is more evil in the world now. The ultimate evil is nothing now. And the voice said Volderic was his name, and the road to the underworld is opened. And he said that Cicilian felt empowered and raised. His sword and shouted, "The battle may seem weary, for we have fought it long and hard, but we have a chance to make it to the end and win the wars of the ages." Alibi came at Cicilian with surprising strength. Cicilian barely dodged the sword. Then Cicilian dropped his sword and ran as fast as he could towards Alibi and slashed his sword horizontally. He missed, and Alibi jumped behind Cicilian and hit Cicilian with the back of his sword. Alibi spoke. "Cicilian, I've seen that you are not strong enough. Goodbye." With that, Alibi turned around and disappeared into the darkness. Chapter 50. Come on! "The time this is going to take is more than we have, Cicilian," said Tanamakuni. "We can't train. We don't have enough time. We need to have more people." "Like maybe," said Tanamakuni. "Like maybe who?" said Cicilian. "Maybe, Then they thought the same thing at the same time. "Lananon! Yes, he's perfect! To Nif Forest! Come on, all Cicilian," spoke we, or adding another. "Who?" "Lananon, the elf." "Yes, he will be a great help. Come on, let's go." Then they went to the airship, and they were off. Man. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was chapter 21 through chapter 50. I'm going to go back right now, and I'm going to make sure that me skipping over that one chapter was the way that I wrote it, and not anything that I'm missing. And if it is something that I'm missing, I'll edit it in there. And if nothing is missing, then the video will just remain the way it is. I'll make sure that you guys don't miss anything. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is another really, really long video. And, you know, if you were here this whole time, please give me a like, because that took a minute. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Good night. Alright. Hello, YouTube. Today we're going to be reading chapters 51 through 79 to the end of the book. It's actually going to be weird getting down to this, because I've spent, I guess, like 2.5 hours on this. Broken into separate days, of course. Alright, everybody, here goes. Chapter 51, The Force of Nif and Lananon. "How long will it take?" said Lynn. 9 hours, said Cicilian. The day was long, and the nights were cold, but later that day they arrived in Nif Forest. "Come on, let's hurry," said Tanamakuni. Then, a little later, they found him. "Welcome back," said Lananon. Lananon, ... Lananon interrupted. "I know why you are here." "Then will you?" said Cicilian. "Yes, ... Yes, I will," said Lananon. "Let's go. I know you don't have much time. I have a power that you should know about," said Lananon. "I can move things and find things and control what's around me with my heart." "Good. That's good. Help. Come on." Man, I think I might have been a robot as a kid or something. I don't understand. But now I'm totally not a robot somehow. Chapter 52, The Second and Last Battle with Alibi. Later that day, they saw a familiar face in the background. It was Alibi. "I've been waiting for you," said Alibi. Well, let's begin, said Alibi. With that, he raised his sword and came at him. Disaster moment! Cicilian blocked his sword, and Leonon came behind him and played his harp. It paused time. Now's your chance, said Leonon, and everyone ran at Alibi and slashed with all of their might. And the last words were uttered. Saving sin! And Alibi was raised to the heavens. And then he spoke hello, and thank you, Cicilian, for raising me to the heavens. I will help you get to Lepopia, and all my brothers will too. We will help you master the ultimate evil, but I sense that the ultimate evil is not ultimate anymore, and the road to the heavens is almost open. When you destroy the evil in this world, there's more evil in different worlds. Don't worry, you won't be fighting forever. There is Lepopia and the underworld. Then, Cicilian, your journey will be done. Here you go, Cicilian. Take it and use it well. With that, he disappeared, and Cicilian suddenly felt stronger, and these words hummed in his head until he went to sleep, and the words stopped. And then there was the cold night sweeping over the old day and renewing it for a new day tomorrow. Part 7. Since the Slayer. Chapter 54. Oh man. I missed another chapter, guys. I'm gonna go back at the end of this, like I did last time, and if chapter 53 actually exists, I'm gonna add it on there, and I'll add it in the right place. Okay, so I guess chapter 54, Since the Slayer, and the day the dream comes to life. Cicilian was gone away from Thin Forest. The dream, it was coming to life. He was alone. He was on a lake standing on water. He looked beside him. There were 6 men cloaked by darkness. Since said, it's time. Another Cicilian, you can't hold on much longer. It's destroying you, said Valderic. Yes, said Volmoik. Look, said Mayo, and in the distance there was a dark figure. You could barely see him, then he talked. Time is more than it looks, isn't it, Cicilian? The man who spoke was Vincent. He was half cloaked by darkness. His mouth did not move, but somehow voices came from his mouth. Cicilian, this is what the world will look like if you don't help the world get back on track, said Leponium. And Cicilian, the time to strike is now, said Farnopia. Then the dream left them. It was a castle, a dark castle. Vincent's castle. Then it went away and showed a night. And out of the pitch dark, he saw a rope and heard a voice. Well done, Cicilian. Well done. And the rope lifted him up. The rope was glowing, and Cicilian roped the rope and was lifted up. Then Cicilian was back. He heard screaming. Where is Cicilian? Said Leonon. A calm person only, but screaming now. Here he is, said Tamawakini. Cicilian, where were you? I was in a dream. Stop talking nonsense. Stop talking nonsense. He's gone insane, said Enoch Camel. No, I was, said Cicilian. Listen, I will tell you what happened. Okay, so I disappeared and appeared in a place, and a man said, I think it was Vincent. He said that this is what the earth would look like if we did not save it. And then there were these people. I could not see their faces, but they spoke of someone getting killed for holding on to something. It's still very unclear, said Cicilian. You damn right it's unclear, Cicilian. Chapter 55, The Second Dream. That night, I had another dream, but this time the dream had no speaking in it. The dream did not make sense to me. Then, because I had other things on my mind like, what did the men mean? Last night the dream started. I heard a man walking through the forest near this house. I was in, I followed him, but then after I followed him for a very long time, he led me into this place. We were walking on the ocean. You could see the fish under you. Then, in the middle of the ocean, there was a room. The room was tall and dark. Then we went into the room, and we saw a light ahead. We walked toward the light, and then the dream ended. I still don't know what it means, but I think the room was the broken room. This is all I know for now, and I wish I knew more, but I don't. The first dream makes sense to me now. The men cloaked by the darkness were standing on the water. The water leads to the broken room. The men were the ones I have left to kill, and if I do, then some kind of light will open in the broken room, maybe? Question mark. But anyway, all I need to do now is sleep, thinking of what I will do when I come back to my family and rejoice. Chapter 56. The first battle with the Slayer. The next day started out slowly. Cicilian peeped out of his eyes, just barely, seeing the world around him. It was dark. Time to wake up? Come on, all. It's time to go. We have a long day ahead of us. Cicilian was just saying that to wake them up, but he did not know how right he was. They walked all the next day, or was it more? Question mark. They had lost track of how many days, months, or years it had been since they started their journey. The day drew closer to when he, all of them could stop this and just rest for more than 6 hours at a time. Damn. He knew that his journey was more than half over, but he still knew that there was much more to go. We still have to go to the Korea and go to the underworld. Then our journey will finally be done, but we still have a long way to go. Then in the distance, a man was just standing there staring at him, with blood-red eyes, looking as though he would love to kill him. Then he ran at him, and this time there was a weird thing about him. He only had a staff. Oh no, he is a summoner! He raised his staff and spoke words that I did not understand, and something I could barely see came from his staff. Now he was fading, and now I can't see him. Then he attacked me. I did not know which way he was coming from. Then, as I was paying all of the attention to the attack, he came behind me and beat me to the ground. Then he spoke, "You worthless human, you have much more work to do." Then he walked off slowly. Chapter 57. Where are you? Cicilian woke up later. His friends were gone, all except Ramanon. Since took all of them. What do you mean? I mean what I say. Where are they? How should I know? All I know is that if we need to beat him, and we couldn't beat them with like 7 people, how can we beat him with 2? You're right. We start tomorrow. And then they slept for the long journey ahead of themselves. Then they drifted into a deep, deep sleep. The journey started out very early in the morning. The journey started slow, but by nightfall, they had a sturdy start. Do you have any idea where we are? Yes. They headed east. If we don't sleep, maybe we can catch up with them. Maybe by next week. ... Good. Then let's go. Or let us go. They trekked all night and all day. By day 5, Cicilian was so tired that he could barely open his eyes. They moved so slowly that they were barely not moving. I have to sleep, said Cicilian. One more day, said Lebanon. And the chapter ends right there. Chapter 58. Sleep at last. Cicilian's dream seemed to last 5 seconds, but then in the distance he heard a voice. Cicilian did not want to go, but he knew that he had to, so he got up feeling ripped away from the only thing he wanted at that time. He woke. It's time to go, said Manon. Already? Yeah, come on. ... Okay. ... We were already falling behind them because we slept, but we could not help that. Come on. And they started to walk very slowly at first, but as the time moved on, Cicilian felt regenerated. Then Cicilian heard footsteps coming towards them. Oh, jeez. You guys are gonna like the name of this chapter. Chapter 59. Riddle Marie, I see something you don't see. Yes, that is the real name of the chapter. Oh my gosh, okay. Chapter 59. Riddle Marie, I see something you don't see. The voice spoke. It came from all directions. It was a riddle. Look within and see true light. Look within shadows and see darkness. Then the footsteps trailed back from where they came from. Maybe it was a clue. Stop, Manon. Did you hear it? Yes. 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 I didn't stop because I thought it might be my imagination. What could it mean? Look within and see true light. Look within shadows and see darkness. Sounds like a riddle. It sounds like it's not complete, you know. Yeah. Maybe we will find more of it somewhere else. Yeah, maybe. ... Well, let's get going. We need to keep going if we're going to find them anytime soon. Chapter 60. Clue 2. They trekked day after day, slowly getting closer to their goal. But one day, as they walked miles and miles, they came upon a stone. It had Cicilian written on it. Look, do you see that? Yeah, what does it say? Slowly you will walk closer and closer to your goal. Look around and you will find what you seek. I think the riddles fit together. Yeah, let's see. Look within, see true light. Look within shadows and see darkness. Slowly you will come closer and closer to your goal. Look around and you will find what you seek. They seem like they say the same thing. Yes, but one gives more information. Yes, so we need to either look into the darkness or in yourself. It seems that it is stupid to even try to look inside yourself. It's obvious we should look in the darkness. Maybe, Then they thought of it, and they thought of the same answer. The broken room! Well, let's go. By both, it would be easiest. And then it has this here. Which is how it's sold in. I'll read it to you. It's very beautiful. To the phone? Yeah, that's it. It's very good at that, with the use of clicks. It's amazing. People can do that. I wish I could do that, honestly. Chapter 61, The Broken Room, Part 1. Weeks passed by, and the winds were rough. In fact, the storm raging and ripping through the rivers, seas, and oceans. They did not even know how they survived. The winds ripped through the sails like they were paper, and knocked the wood away as if it were a mad child knocking over a castle made of blocks, just to see it come crashing down. Cicilian woke up to see his boat wrecked around him. He saw Lebanon about 10 feet away from him. He walked over to him, but he would not wake up. Chapter 62, Broken Room, Part 2. They were only about a mile off course. Finally, he woke up and they started walking after they got some food in them. When they got a broken mark or something. Day after day they trekked and they then reached the broken room. Let's see. Look within. Then we can look in the darkness. Well, we are already in the darkness, but now try to look within. They thought for about 30 minutes. Then they stopped to think about different things. And they could finally channel their thoughts to what was most important. And then they heard a door open in the distance. And then they heard a man walking towards them, clapping his hands slowly, and spoke. Well done, Cicilian. You are ready now. I'm not saying that it will be easy, though. Get ready to fight your life young. Cicilian, if you win, I will give you your friends back. If you lose, you will give me Lebanon. Chapter 63, The Fight of Your Life. Since summoned a monster as he yelled, Kira Monstria, and a huge monster was raised from the ground and shot water at him, and almost washed Cicilian and Lebanon away. They could almost not take it. Was I wrong, Cicilian? At that he came at Cicilian and pulled out his sword. Now the real battle began. He was an expert swordsman, and now he was down on the ground. Since had his sword at Cicilian's throat, but then Cicilian rolled over and dodged the slashes that almost hit him. Cicilian hopped up and attacked Since. Silent voice! And a red and black monster came out of his sword, saying words he could not hear, and attacked. I win, said Cicilian. Fine, ... You win. Take your tiny army. Why are you not killing me? You are free to go, said Cicilian. And with that, Cicilian sealed Since into his sword, and Since was gone. So by you're free to go means that you're trapped in my sword forever. Chapter 64, Lin, Yin, and Yang. Hello again, Cicilian and Lin. I met my brothers on the way. Here, this is Yin, he is a light dragon, and Yang is a darkness dragon. And I think they may be able to help us. Damn right they can help us. Very well, said Cicilian. Let us get on our journey. I feel that we still have a while to go. Part 7. Mild and mischievous. Cicilian felt like he did the same thing every day. Yeah, it was exciting, but he felt like he needed something different. Like he was supposed to do something different. He thought all day that day, looking up at the clouds, thinking. Then he fell into a deep, deep sleep. He slept most of that day. He hadn't had much sleep lately. The next day came so quickly that it felt like he slept only 5 minutes, but he had to go. Chapter 65. Mayo. Mayo gazed at the stars, and then a star flew through the skies. Then, as the star came down, he wished, and fell into a deep, deep sleep. He woke up the next day. Time passed differently in Lapopia. Time did not even matter. He lifted up his sword, and it had been a long day. Then the next day word arrived. The letter was in calligraphy, and said, Dear Mayo Manentire. That was fancy text, y'all. Dear Mayo Manentire, as I am writing this, I still do not know what to say or how to put it, but I know I need to just say it the way it happened. A man by the name of Cicilian murdered your family. If you want to save the remaining family members, then you will need to guard them with your life. I am truly sorry for your loss. Vincent Mantyre, 12th, 3rd, Night Intruder Mantyre, your bodyguard, Planet Mangolian, Garnus Mantyre, Ally Mantyre, and Sense Mantyre. Friends, Hone, Garn, Oak, Hero, Lackner, Nikan, Nark, Can Jack. Sincerely, your I can't even read that. I have no idea. You guys are gonna have to read that one. Let me know in the comments if you guys can read that. Sincerely, it looks like Cat Reaver or something. I have no idea. But it's kind of funny because, like, some random guy just writes in the letter and says, hey, by the way, I just wanted to let you know that about like 12 of your family members just died. Chapter 66. And this is the really sad thing. But I will say though, that when I was a kid, I didn't mean this in a disrespectful way, but I even ripped off the Bible. I really did. With this one, because the shortest thing in the Bible is like, I think Jesus wept, the shortest chapter, and I just made this chapter Maya wept. So everyone knows. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to Christianity when I did that, though. I was just a little bit more stupid. I'm still Christian. But anyways, so yeah, chapter 66 is just Mayo-2, Maya wept. So now it goes back to chapter 67 and it says mild and mischievous again. I can't even be bothered to make a different title for a chapter. Whatever. Chapter 67, Mild and Mischievous. Cicilian woke up the next morning to see a man crouched over him. It was no one he knew, but someone it looked like he knew. He spoke. You have something I want, said Neo. Your life is what I want, Cicilian. You killed my family. Why? Then he started crying. Cicilian, you will not kill me or my family any longer. His swordman skills were impressive, but he stood no match for Cicilian. He fought with madness and sadness. Cicilian fought for the ones he loved and for happiness. Cicilian attacked Mile, and Mile tripped. Cicilian cornered him, but signed his trees. Please, Cicilian, don't kill me or my family any longer. Have you realized? Oh yeah, exactly. Do you know what they have done? They killed millions. I think you may be different though. What is your name? Mayo. Mayo, I'm sorry for killing your family, and I know that sounds corny, but it is true. Then Cicilian told him the story. I'm sorry, I did not know, ... Cicilian, may I accompany you? I cannot promise I can kill my brothers, but I can help you with one thing. I can give you a spell that runs in my family. It keeps opening the door to Valmoik's castle, Castle Altanega. I grant you flowing river. There was a silence, then Cicilian spoke. Who's Valmoik? He is the ultimate evil. He is an alchemist, the second to master every alchemy. He is a master alchemist. There have only been 5 ultimate alchemists. They all started out good, but later they became evil. One is Valderic, Valmoik, Clancy, Rananon, and Transankium. Valderic and Valmoik are evil, and you will not have to kill them someday. Clancy, Translium, and you know Rananon are all good. Translium became evil later, though. Some say he became good again, but no one knows. Now let's go to bed. We have a long trip ahead of us. Part 8, Laponium. Laponium was sitting in a chair, looking at his computer. There are computers in this world? He was found out, said Laponium. Then Farnham, Novia spoke. What a stupid child. He has no chance of killing us. We will kill him, Cicilian's little buddy. He will die by his own brothers. Then they laughed. Damn. Sorry, make sure that didn't cut off. Chapter 68, Laponium Part 2. Where is he? He could be anywhere. You can run, but you can't hide. Then he found him. So easy. Only a 1-hour walk from here. Ha 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 ha. Then he started walking. Chapter 69, The Battle. Laponium ran at Cicilian. Die! Man, the battles never end. Then Cicilian and Mayo ran at Laponium. The others were back at the tents. I thought you didn't want to kill your brothers, bro. That's what they do to sit and hurt. One stay back, and this time everyone but him and Mayo were hurt. Then something Cicilian had not expected happened. Mayo was dead on the ground, killed by his own brother. Mayo was dead. Now Cicilian fought with rage. It made him stronger, but only for a little while. Flowing river! Screamed Cicilian. Water poured from the seas. Then Cicilian ran at Laponium and attacked him. Laponium was dead. Chapter 70. Calmirion Master in the Battle with Monsters. Cicilian walked slowly back to camp with Mayo on his back and spoke to the ones at the camp. One of ours has died today. We need to bury him. The others got out and ready even though they were hurt, they buried him. Let him go to the heavens and sealed him. The dirt fell, and soon he was covered with the earth. ... We need to take a trip. We need all the help we can get. We are soon going to the underworld, and we need humans and monsters alike. We will talk to the Calmarian master. He rules all the monsters. He speaks Cicilian. He may let us use his monsters and maybe himself in battle. We need any Calmarians, wild folk, Barmalias, Xanagrooms, Mangrooms, Wrigglers, Kavindars, Viewsfall, Laryngatros, Farnagon, Dragons, Yetis, Elven Soldiers, Dwarfs, Merrics, Trolls, Angels, Demons, Humans, and Centaurs. Or anything else you can find. Then they walked towards Woodlands Creek. Jeez. Days later, they reached Calmarion City in the middle of the Woodlands Creek, and then they walked up to Carnovia, the Calmarion king. The king spoke. He says, "Hello, who are you?" And I said, "Cicilian." He said we could take him. Then they got many animals, and the battle would be a great one. Then Cicilian spoke. "We have many animals, not only what I asked for, but many more. Thank you." Chapter 71, The Elven Master. There are three masters: Elven Master, Calmarion Master, and Gnomish Master. They all have many kingdoms and many soldiers. We need to talk to the Elven and Gnomish Masters. The Elven Master speaks Elven and Gnome speaks Gnomish, and so on. The only thing that bugs me is that Gnomish is a dead language and only royalty knows Elven. And I myself am royalty, I do not know Elven. We need a translator. Lanon, you are an elf, are you not? Yes, I am. I know very little of that language. Today, almost everyone speaks Cicilian or English. I think only the king and queen speak Elven. As far as Gnomish, it is a dead language like you said, Cicilian, ... Cicilian, how's it dead? Someone speaks it. That's what I want to know. Cicilian, a voice called from the crowd. My name is Naramech, and I know both Elven and Gnomish. Wow, that was really convenient. And if you teach me Cicilian, I will be grateful to be your translator. Then it will be done. Thank you, Naramech of the elves. The young elven boy bowed low and said, "It will be my honor," and sank back into the crowd. Wow, that was really, really helpful. Cicilian spent all the next day and week teaching him Cicilian. He learned things very quickly. Then they approached the Elven King. You could tell that he was very old and was very smart and full of wisdom. Then he spoke. "Why are you here?" said the king in a deep voice. What he really said was something along the lines of, "Why are you here?" Then Naramech walked forward. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. Walked forward, bowed, and said in Elven, "I am here to request permission to take your soldiers to war to fight Balnoy." This meant, "I am here to request permission to take your soldiers to war to fight Balnoy." This meant, "I am here to request permission to take your soldiers to war with Balnoy." Damn, I wrote it 3 times. The king was thinking hard about the decision, and he said, I respect you for learning such a language that has been dead for 5,000 years, so much so that I will let you take my soldiers anywhere you please. Now enter Naramech of the Elven tribe, Sangoya, which meant I am proud of you for learning a language that has been dead for 5,000 years so much, so that I will let you bring my soldiers anywhere you please. Chapter 72, The Gnomish King. Good, good, but the Gnomish King might take more effort. Not all kings are just like him. Some rule with power and strength, might. Okay, I thought that they already talked to the Gnomish King, never mind. Chapter 72, The Gnomish King. Good, good, but the Gnomish King might take more effort. Not all kings are just like him. Some rule with power and strength, might and most hate. Hate is the thing that will kill him and others. The Gnomish King is much different than the Calmerion and Elven kings. The first rule is that we have to bring him a holy stone from the river of Medwall. Is that even in Sedgerin? No, and it is neither in north Sedgerin, southeast or west Sedgerin either. It is in Valley Hole. I have a map of it here. I was once there long ago. He said long ago as if he was going to tell a story and decided not to while he was thinking. We don't have time to relive the past, but we do have time to move on to the future. The map looked like this. Now we have a long journey ahead of us, planning to be back sometime in spring. We walk for 2 months, said an angry boar. Yes, we do, and I will tell you when we get hungry, and then you won't have to walk anymore. The scared pig shut up very quickly. Damn. Onward! They walked miles and miles every day, seeing rivers, mountains, and plains with high grass. They took a water break every 2 hours and slept every night and woke up at 4 in the morning. It was tough, but 2.5 months later they reached Valley Hole. Where do we find the stone? Said Orion. We find it in the ruin of a battle, where a fighter named Druin began a quest. But that does not matter now. Then they took a break. The places changed. Since Cicilian had been there, but one day later they found it hidden inside a statue. Cicilian, the pig moaned, I done wanna walk back. You don't have to worry, pig. We are riding dragon back. The pig let out a huge snort and fainted. While others are more scared, so when the pig woke up, they forced him and everyone on 3 huge dragons. I like the pig, he's my favorite character so far. And flew into the sky. Later that day, they reached the Gnomish King's throne. He was not there. The Cicilian looked across the room and saw the king was dead. Wait, no, he could hear him breathe, but then he whispered something into Cicilian's ear. He told it to the translator, and he said that the king said, take my soldiers back to where you began this journey, and flew through time. Damn, I'm sorry, y'all. Chapter 73, The Broken Room. Again, still just called The Broken Room. Cicilian took them to where his real journey had begun, and that was the Broken Room. When they walked in there, the first thing Cicilian saw was a sword. Then he saw nothing. Cicilian woke up later to find himself alone. Everyone was around. Everyone around him was dead. He only saw a couple of men barely alive. One was Orion and Lamanon and Tanamaki and Nat Camel and the pig. Everyone else was dead. Gringot, Yin, Yang, Ling, Grandleaf, and all the men who had risked their lives. Then on the wall he saw written in blood, "I care nothing of lives." Can you see? Words cannot even describe how easy it will be to kill you. On the bottom he saw a name that said he saw a name that was Farnovia. Damn. That is pretty intense. Chapter 74, Farnovia. "Cicilian? Cicilian!" called the remaining soldiers. "Done you want a gun bet, Balderic?" said the pig, releasing a loud snort afterwards. "Over here!" yelled Cicilian. "Good. You're leave," said the pig. "What is your name, anyway?" Oh my gosh. I'm going to try to pronounce this right, guys, but it's going to be hard. Kamaka pig situacious. Pig for short, said Pig. What were your parents' names? Snort. They were even longer. My dad's name was Kamaka Mama Mama Jama Akalopiata TOJ2. And good old Ma was Capigsuacious my pygmy. And they kind of put them together. Man, your family has long names. Cicilian. We have more important things than names. Honestly, that's the most interesting part of the story for a while. Should've stuck there. Keep talking to that pig, dude. Oh yeah, right. We only have 6 soldiers. We have even less than we had before. We only have 2. Alchemists, 5 soldiers, and a pig. Pig, do you have any powers that we don't know about? Are you making fun of me? Well, yes, I am. Well, maybe some I don't know about. So you're no more than talking bacon. Damn. Yeah, that's about it, but I can handle a sword pretty. Well, you know how to use a sword. Yeah, I am no knee, though. Well, I can't believe... I'm going to say this, but bring the talking bacon a sword. We don't have any swords. Grab one off the soldiers, ... But, just do it. Bacon. Just pick the sword you like. Damn, he's rude as hell. They were back soon later. I found me a sword. It was me father's. You took him to war. It says Pork the Magnificent. Do you like meat or something? Well, yes, but no. He called himself Pork. Pork and bacon. Nice idea, Cicilian. Cicilian, you keep getting off the point. Oh yeah, we only have one more fight and then the heavens will open. We think we'll get permission from Mother Nature and go to La Poipia and fight Valmoik, and it will be easy to fight Balderic after him. We have no time to get more soldiers. I fear our time will may be running out. Yes, I can feel it too. Me too. Yes, let us fight and do our best. Now, fight for freedom. This time, the fight will be much longer than before. Any of them are weaklings compared to Farnovia. Damn, it's gonna be a long video, you guys. Sorry. Chapter 75, the beginning of the end. Sicilian, I am afraid I must part, said Lebanon. I have things to do. I must avenge my father's death. Damn, it's a really bad time to leave, dude. Goodbye, Cicilian. I've been through much with you, and I will always remember you. Goodbye, faithful friend. And with that, Lebanon walked away. We only have 5 now. Tamaki and Camel Pig or Orion, we have much less than before. We must become as strong as 5,000 men. We need much training beginning soon, very soon, or I fear it might be too late. Or Orion, you and me will master alchemy and teach it to the others. Tamaki and Camel, you will teach us speed, distance, and strength. Pig, you will learn fighting with Tamaki and Camel. Aye. So when do we start, eh? Now, says Cicilian, we have no time to lose. Hey, Pig, first we start at the basic stuff. Can you even stand on 2 legs? Damn. Nope. Haha, okay. First you have to. Their voices die away. Orion, we have to use our skills. I have not used my alchemy for a very long time. Neither have I, First, let me teach you lightning. Lightning is based on power, and you have to have your arms in front of you. Breathe slowly and calmly. Attack! He did just what Cicilian said, but, moonlight shone through his blade. Moon alchemy and lightning alchemy, are very close to each other. You are used to using moon alchemy. Try again this time. A streak of black lightning came out of the sword. Try again. This time lightning came out, but it stayed on the tip of the sword. Try once more. This time lightning came out and hit the dummy that Cicilian had set up. Okay, keep doing that. Now tell me how to use moon alchemy. Well, the first thing is that you cannot be tense. You have to be relaxed, and you have to be standing straight and tall. Okay, try it. Attack! Sicilian relaxed and attacked. It was much harder than lightning. It took him 6 times till he did it. Now let's keep doing that. It took a long time till they could rest. About 5 days later, they could do each other's alchemy every time they attacked. They practiced both of their known alchemies. Chapter 76. Done. Dot. Pig, you are getting a lot better. I really think so? Yes, Pig, said Camel. Your side staff could be better though. Okay, let's work on it then. Weeks passed by and finally they were ready. Very close, guys. Chapter 76. The Big Secret. A man came appearing from the fog, and Cicilian or Orion, Lebanon, Tamaki, and Camel, and Pig were there. Lebanon left. Hello, my name is Hango-Bai. Sicilian, I have something to tell you that may disturb all of you. Cicilian, you are not really doing any of this. You all are in a coma. Damn. Sicilian, your real name is Lian, or Orion, your name is Banska, Lebanon, your name is Kanagonku, and Camel, your name is Gani, and Pig, in real life, you are not only not a pig, your name is Druin, and you are a great hero. Cicilian, you are barely hanging on to your life. You are on the run from Satan. He is trying to bring you to hell, or the underworld, and if he wins, you are brought to hell. Damn. It took a minute for those words to make sense in his mind, and when they did, it felt like a sword piercing his heart and violently twisting the sword in the most painful ways anyone could think of. Cicilian spoke. You mean, yes, said Hango-Bai, all the people that died in that cave went to hell. Damn. We must save the rest to victory, shouted Cicilian. The men left jumped on the horse's back and rode on. Damn, just got pretty deep real quick. Or at least a little bit deeper. Farnopia was standing there. Behind him was a castle. He turned around. I have been expecting you, Cicilian. My brothers before me were weaklings and only thought of revenge. I fight with hope of victory and do not care that you have killed my family. They are better off dead than alive, worthless humans. He raised his sword and said, Die, Cicilian, the end is yet to come. He ran towards him, his blade was on fire, the fire was encircling him, and then it turned blue. He was running, and then the blades connected. Farnopia was on the ground, his sword was in Cicilian's hand, and the blades came down into Farnopia's heart, and the life left him. Farnopia's sword broke as soon as it hit Farnopia, and out came a stone. On the stone, written in open, were 5 words, once alive and once dead. First fire, that was clear, then turned blue, and turned very slowly orange, and then red, and then almost as if the wind was speaking, the sun went down, and the moon came up, and then the wind blew and said, You have obtained the skill of the wind to move up with the wind. Wow. Chapter 78, Silent Night. The night stiffened, and the wind became icy. Then the wind spoke. You have opened the gates to the heavens. You only have a very few battles left. Then a path made a slat appeared out of now, where slowly laying themselves down in the air. They walked slowly up the stairs, and slowly the clouds began to grow quicker. The heavens were like a beautiful maze of crowded streets and shops and mountains and fields as long as the eye could see. There was a tall street sign that said, Follow this road and head to the peaceful one, the one known as Mother Earth. Oh my gosh. They walked down the golden street with walls made of rupees. The street slowly began to grow. A tree in the middle of the hall, it was bent over to use stairs. A tall tree spoke. I got that idea from the deep tree, not even gonna lie. Ah, Cicilian, I have been waiting for years for you. An Aurorian pig, and is this that wagon I see back there? Yes, it is, Your Majesty. No one knew my name till now, but I entrust you with a secret. My name is Seeklock, and I can entrust you with another secret, the secret of the key of this Swede city, Lopovia. Here's the key. Oath. Sacred, not Swede. A key came from the ground. They parted and left the city. There, a keyhole, they fitted the key in, and the key was stuck into the door, and slowly the door fell apart. Lopovia, the land of life and death. Damn. Let's see. I think this is the last chapter, you guys. Chapter 79, Lopovia, the land of life and death. The city glistened, and then darkness fell suddenly, and a voice stronger than a lion and hotter than fire, and as cold as ice, said, I am Valmont, your next attacker. Fear, Cicilian, die! A lightning bolt struck the land, and a hole appeared in a body that matched. The voice appeared, the sword came towards them, and pigs, Cicilian, Orion, and Lamnon ran towards him, and the swords crashed. Then the dragon came from Cicilian, sword, and from Balmoit's too. I can copy any move you make, ha ha, sound like Shadowlink. Die, Cicilian, and the dragons clashed. Sicilian's dragon struck first, and connected with Balmoit's head, dead. Blood rushed from his head, but the body disappeared. I am but a clone of the real Valmont. The real Valmont is much stronger. Ha! Then his sword glowed, and the voice said, "Well done, but you have not killed the real one. Although you still obtained a weaker version of Valnor's power, you now have the power of darkness, control chaos." The voice slowly faded, and then Cicilian noticed that the whole area was fading too. They were in Cyclops' domain, and then he said, he spoke, "Cicilian, my son, a great sickness has befallen me. The world will mourn, but then war will break out. The mourning will last 50 years. The war will last for twice as long. It will be known as the War of Dwarves, Elves, and Humans. And the time will soon end if one known as Druid does not join the war. Cicilian, my time is now, but before I go, I must tell you." Then Cicilian remembered, "Hey, Orion, what happened to Neolith? And all the others, huh? Who are they? What are you talking about? You know the key spirits? The what? Cicilian, are you okay? You mean you don't remember them? Who were they? Wait, Orion, are they? You don't think?" "Yes, Cicilian, time bandits. Because can you remember who they are now?" "No, time bandits are monsters that dwell in the underworld, and they do something in time, kind of like time splitters, and then go back to their normal time, thus ruining the flow of time." Cicilian said, "Wow, I don't remember anything, just their names. But one of them saved me. What was his name? I can't remember. Man, I can't remember either. But that's not important. Look, Cicilian, I'll go and fight the time bandits. You beat Valderic. Can you do that?" "Yes. I depart in the morning. I have to take someone with me. Do you want Lananon or Pig?" "I'll take Pig." "Okay. So it's decided. I'll take Lananon, and Cicilian, you take Pig." "Ooh. Okay." The morning came, and early Lananon and Orion departed, so Pig, it's just you and me. "Oi, we should depart as well if we are going to defeat Valderic." "Yes." So they walked up to the teleported, and the world around them swirled, and then very slowly, "Ah! Cicilian, you have done well, but this is the final fight. After all this you will die and lose all that you did, and come to hell with me. Ah!" With that, he raised his sword and ran towards Cicilian, but this time Cicilian did not dodge it. It felt... Damn. Cicilian did not dodge it. It fell right where his arm connected to his back. Cicilian's blood fell slowly at first, and then gushed. Cicilian fell to the ground screaming. His arm was still twitching, bleeding, fast from the decapitated arm. Valderic's sword came down slowly. Sorry guys, my time limit was reached, so I'm going to read this last part real quick. Valderic's sword came down slowly. Cicilian barely dodged it. His sword was in his decapitated arm. Cicilian had to pry it from his cold, dead fingers. His fingers broke as he grabbed the sword. It was much harder to hold the sword with one hand. The searing pain shot to his leg as the sword pierced his leg. "Ah!" Cicilian screamed. Good. His leg was still there, but still, ah! He couldn't move. He swung his sword. Yes! A hit. Cicilian used the rest of his energy to use Dragon Bane. The dragon came from his sword. The strings ripped through the air. Blood fell from his neck. His head fell to the ground. Then his body quickly followed. Cicilian fell to the ground, blood coming from his mouth. Leg broken, but he couldn't die now. After all his work. After all the work. Death. Don't think about death, Cicilian. Ah! His blood falling from his mouth rapidly. Then he heard something. Daddy? Daddy, wake up! Daddy? He can't hear you, honey. Daddy? Daddy, don't go! Jamie. Alice, Alice, Jamie, Daddy, Daddy, honey, Liv, Lynn. The hospital room came slowly into focus. What happened? Lynn, you were hit by a car. Damn. Your arm and leg were ripped off. Where am I? Big Cicilian Hospital? In Boston? Yes. You mean I'm back? Where were you? I don't really know. All I know is that I was in pain, and I know that I'm glad I'm back. The end. Or is it? Alright guys, thank you for joining me to read my entire book that I wrote when I was a kid. It says, thank you for reading my novella. I dedicate it to my family, Jay, Toriana, my mother and father, my friends Robert, Chad, Ben, Josh, John, David, Matt, Hayden, Jeffrey, Walt, Andrew, Stephen, and Charlie. Book 2, The Memory Chronicles, Orion, The Time Bandits, and Errol, which I never wrote. Can anyone save time? Can anyone stop the evil time bandits from going through time and destroying it? Only one can, and his name is Orion. Once again, thank you, Orion, the Time Bandits, and Errol. Book 2 of the Memory Chronicles. The world is in danger, ... This time, Orion is the hero, not Cicilian. Can he save the world from the Time Bandits, or die trying? Alright. And this is the last little bit of stuff we have here. These are 2 little tiny book things that I have here that we're going to be related. First is The Darkest Age. Chapter 1. That's all it was. Just chapter 1. Nothing written. The Mystical Ultraman. By Cicilian. And all I ever wrote was the introduction. In the year 150 AD, a boy was born named Lamanon, the elf. His father was very old and was nearing death. Then, one fateful day, the day that Lamanon had been dreading his whole life, began. Come closer, Lamanon. I give you my heart. Lamanon, I love you. A moment of silence, and the father was dead. Then Lamanon spoke in a hurt voice as if he were about to cry. I love you too, father, said Lamanon. Goodbye. The forest mourned as he died in a sweet sleep. The winds of change blew hard that day as the harp lit up and was raised to the sky. It spoke in a comforting voice. Lamanon, you have been given the gift to be able to read songs and use them. Use it well, Lamanon. And that's it, guys. I can't believe I read the entire damn book on recording. I'm really glad I did. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy it, please like it and tell people about it, and check out some of my music, please. Alright, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned because I will have a lot more content coming very soon. And goodbye.